Hi. No. Balls. I hit you and spank you.
Is this safe?
I go to see what it is. We can hang out, but I will not stop farting. Unstable. Well, what are you gonna do with that there, Brock? Give you a little kiss. No! I should just put you with the rest of them. I will appear in your room tonight. I don't like guts or gore, which has made me very opposed to dissecting animals, specifically in science class. I had a junior high school science class where we just had to learn science stuff, which is generally how junior high school science classes go. One of these classes, we had to dissect a frog and learn what's inside. Very gross. I don't like that. So everybody was getting ready to do frog science. Lots of groups, lots of dead frogs, and me, who really did not want to cut open a frog, let alone any animal. And because I didn't really want to cut anything open, when I was going to join my group, I was doing it very slowly and lazily. I did some stretches to buy me a bunch of time before the inevitable of frog gutting. But then my teacher looks over at me and notices me standing like this. Andy, you don't have to dissect a frog today. I look up, confused. There was some pause. Do you need to go to the nurse's office? She thinks I'm feeling sick and that I'm prepping myself physically to go open a frog and cut its flesh. I noticed an opportunity. Oh, I don't know. I just need to breathe a little, I think. Feel free to sit down. I'm not going to force you to dissect a frog if you're going to be sick. Oh, yeah. Thanks. So, I do. My group was a little salty that they had to do all the work and I got to skip out, but I didn't care because I didn't have to cut open a frog. So I was thinking about that story lately and I realized something. That affected me 0% in life. I am no different as a person because I didn't cut open a frog. You want to know what's inside a frog? Guts. I don't need to cut open a frog to know what's inside. Do not misunderstand me. Education is very important, but does anybody else feel like the pursuit of good letter sometimes misses the point of going to school? Like, looking back at school, I think there's a ton of things that could be changed. First of all, bring back recess. We need more breaks. Why do we have to work all the time? I want to sleep. And for teachers too. We're all working too much. We have so much technology now that could help the teaching process. And with the saved time, we could just chill, let the information digest a little, you know? And like, just get rid of the frog dissecting stuff and like some other things, except for that one time where my science teacher came in with a bunch of potassium and put it inside a bucket of water and didn't tell us what was about to happen. Keep that class. But the other classes, like the frog dissecting, I don't want that. This is biased, but I think that recess would be a better option where we could do, I don't know, something fun. There was also this money class in junior high school where we had to start a business. But I must ask first, do you know how to protect yourself from this? Yeah! Clearly not. But do you know how to protect yourself online? Let me tell you about NordVPN. NordVPN is a virtual private network service that helps you protect yourself online. That was because you didn't use NordVPN. That's on you. NordVPN can help you stop that intrusive tracking. This boomerang represents NordVPN. You have to give it a second. NordVPN also helps you block malware so you can protect your computer. NordVPN saved my marriage. You can use NordVPN on multiple devices to help protect your loved ones as well. Use promo code Ice Cream Sandwich to get NordVPN's 2-year plan plus 4 extra months free. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video. I had a class once where the class was split into 3 separate groups and tasked with making something to sell. And it was actually super fun. One group decided on making t-shirts, another group decided on making special pens with a bunch of frillies on it, and our group decided to make magnets. We had some people to promote and sell, some people manufacture the magnets, and I designed and doodled the magnets. They're really old now, but this is what they look like. We were tasked with calculating costs, and we had to aim to make a profit on our product. The t-shirt team did the worst. The pens did second best, and we did the best. We made somewhere north of like $100. But for some reason, there was a teacher from a different shop class that thought she could just take our money. You guys used school equipment for making this product, so you have to pay me for the materials, which was really unfair because we invested in the magnet paper, the printing, and everything, except for using a slice cutter machine in school. That was the only thing we used. But she ended up taking like 50 of our dollars. If we were told we needed to pay fees before the class started, that would have been like whatever. But she made up that rule out of thin air. I don't think she even took money from anybody else either. I'm pretty sure we got robbed by a teacher. Either way, other than that part, it was a super fun class that had real world application and I found to be very useful. Most of the class was figure it out yourself kind of style, so I think it could be a little bit better, like teach us how to make a budget or here's how you don't get robbed. But at the end of the day, still thumbs up class, and I think that we should look into doing that more for other people. What is one thing that we deal with daily but are not educated about in the slightest? One time I was watching a video about a story, and this guy was talking about a lady that was fighting at the store. He was in line to get some groceries, just a normal thing, and she budged him out of thin air, like an adult did that. He said, "Hey, please don't budge me," and she says, "Oh, I've always been here," as if he doesn't have eyes. And then when confronted by multiple people, she yelled at them and said that she was the victim of being bullied. And it made me so mad. Like, how could you even think that you're going to trick people, and if you're going to play the victim, everybody saw you? I thought about it for like an hour out of my day. Later, I was watching more videos, and I saw a bunch that were like catching ghost footage on camera, and it was obviously fake. Who believes this kind of stuff? It's a good thing I'm not gullible and have critical thinking skills. Hey everybody, remember that story the other day about budging? I lied. I wanted to see how many people believed me if I lied on the internet, and wow, it was a lot of you. First of all, don't lie on the internet. It is bad and I'm easily fooled. I think maybe if there was a class on media literacy, especially since the thing we're doing the most is consuming media, I think that'd be a pretty good class. Maybe I'm saying that because I'm just really embarrassed that I got tricked. Or, here's an idea. What if instead of any class, there were no classes and like students could just pick something to study and then all the teachers would be mentors for the students and give them direction and resources to learn what they need to learn to achieve what they want, like inventing a machine or learning about bacteria. We probably have weekly articles where some student invents something that changes the world. 17-year-old invents easy and cheap test for common disease. 15-year-old makes popular mobile game with power of thought. 16-year-old makes ominous sphere that knows your thoughts and can tell you the future. Are these good ideas? I have no idea. Did I share them on the internet? Yeah. What are you gonna do about it? Thanks for watching. If you have an idea for a class that should be in school, look at me. Look at my eyes. Do I look like somebody who likes to work? Or do I look like somebody who likes to eat pizza like a cookie? Personally, I think it's kind of weird how much we're expected to work in high school. Like, you have to go and serve people McDoubles for 4 hours and then go home and suffer X. That's a lot of work. Does anybody else think that's crazy? Or am I crazy? I am crazy. I really did not want to get a job when I was growing up. I don't like to work. I just like the money. But if you want to go to the movie theater with your buddies, you gotta have the cash. One ticket, your total is $20. For my first job, I wanted to avoid the food service because I feared people will be a little bit more abrasive when it comes to their meals. You'll find rude customers anywhere, but I just feel like when food's involved, things get a little hairy. I don't want people yelling at me about onions. I don't care about onions. I ended up working somewhere that's not food, which I will show you through example. That's right, my very first job was here at the UPS store. It was not really that great, just a regular job. Don't worry about that. When I turned the age of 16, my dad helped me network with the local UPS store and get me a job, which thank you, Dad, for helping me do that because at that age, I was not the proper candidate for being an employee. While working there, I met a lot of really nice people and a lot of really cool people, but when you work in retail, it's impossible to not meet some, how would I say this in a nice way? outliers. So one time this woman and her daughter came into the store and they said they needed to ship something. When you ship something out of the UPS store, you gotta ask a bunch of questions like, where is it going? Is it going internationally? Do I need to be worried about what's in this box? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm going through these questions and entering information into the computer as I did with any customer. But apparently that was a wrong thing to do because she unfolded her cane, which apparently just turned into a chair, sit down and says, this is gonna take a while. Excuse me? Why would you say that? You could say a million things to me. Why not compliment me? Why not say, wow, Andy, your eyes look beautiful today? She was shipping internationally, which means I had to do extra steps to make sure it gets there. So after a minute or so, she turns to me and says, you guys should really have the computers on our side of the desk so we can do it faster than you. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know all the rules and regulations for shipping overseas? Do you know how this computer works? No. The worst part about rude customers is that you can't say anything despite if they're wrong or not. The customer is not always right, and the person who coined that famous phrase was very wrong, and probably it was also a customer. I think if you're mean to retail workers, they get to yell back at you. Or at the very least, you get to tell them that they're mean and make them leave. You're mean! I've only ever encountered these kinds of people at work, and I've never seen them in the wild. But if I did, and I didn't have to keep my mouth shut because it didn't work there, then I'd go right up to them and say, you're mean! Anyway. Then there was this other time where this guy tried to ship drugs. That day was particularly slow. Nobody was coming in, and it was just me and my coworker, Tony. Tony and I got along really well, because neither of us like to work. I want to go home. Me too. At one point, a guy comes in to buy just a single box. Simple, easy, he's in and out in a jiffy. But 5 minutes later, he comes back in, same box, but now something's packed up inside it. I saw the box and how he packed it, and he did the thing where he kind of fold the flaps on top of each other, which is a problem because then it just falls out if it's not taped. Can I get a description of what's in this box? It's private. I mean, we just need a general description, like, is it food, perishable? It's microchips. Okay. Microchips. Now, because the box wasn't properly taped, Tony came over and was going to tape it up for me while I was helping him on the computer. But the guy stops Tony. I just need to retape the box really quick so it doesn't come out during shipment. The tape's free if that's what you're worried about. Okay. He timidly allows us to do that, which I don't really know what his end game was because we opened the box and there was weed. Sir, we can't ship this. I'm no expert on illegal trade of illicit goods, but I know a thing or two about shipping, and I know that drugs, you can't do that one. That's on the no-go zone. We opened the box because we needed to redo the flaps so we could tape it properly. So if he just came in with the box taped, we wouldn't have known what he was shipping. There's no x-ray machine at the UPS store to see what's inside the box. The only missing component here was tape. More than anything, the situation just was awkward. Okay, that's, sorry. I want to go home. Me too. Here's some advice. If you want to ship drugs, don't. Then there's this other time where this guy tried to overnight a misshapen magazine. This time I was working alone. It was a night shift. It's dark out. And this guy comes in holding a magazine. Hello, sir. I can help you at this register. Oh, he's just getting an envelope. Probably to ship that magazine. Is he packing it up back there? Is he trying to hide something from me? Weird. I want to go home. I'd like to ship this next day air, please. When you ship like a piece of paper next day air, UPS has this special envelope that makes it cheaper. And I saw that he's trying to do that. So I talked to him about it. Oh, actually, we have these special envelopes that cut you a deal, so it's cheaper to ship next day air. At first, he was hesitant about that, which is definitely a red flag, because it was like $100 cheaper to ship through the special envelope. And why wouldn't you do that? You could spend $100 on buying, like, I don't know, Five Guys. That's a lot of Five Guys. Five Guys good. But still, nobody would pass that up. So it was weird that he hesitated. I eventually talked him into it because I think he was like catching on that I was catching on that he was being suspicious. So I started typing in the information for him, and he started to move the magazine from the envelope he picked up already to the other envelope that I offered him. And while he was doing this, I saw that it had a big weird lump in it. So that's another red flag. 2 for 2, baby. Why was the magazine bulgy? Is he shipping drugs? Oh my God, this is like $1,000. Who is he sending this to? What if it's the mob? Well, now I have my fingerprints on it. And then I sent it off. I don't want to get involved with the mob or whoever that was. I was 16, alone in this store at night, and not paid enough for it to be my problem. I guess now that I'm on the topic of illicit substance distribution, there was this other guy. He would always come into the store and be like, hey, I shipped a box to your store, and it's big. And we'd be like, oh, is this the one? Yeah, that's the one. Of all the other customers, this guy was very easy to deal with and really charming. But one day, a couple of other customers came in, and they're like, hello, we're the police. They asked to see the manager, and they talked to him. And then a couple days later, that guy picked up a box and then was arrested in the parking lot. Turns out he was importing a lot of opium. I think it was around this time that I realized I miscalculated when I passed up all those food service jobs. But then again, is any retail job good enough? I don't know. I bet I would have had a better time at Five Guys. Stop eating the french fries. Anyway, hindsight's 20/20. Other stuff that happened. One dude asked me if the narwhal bacon's at midnight, which was very cringe. And trust me, I know cringe. A bunch of cheerleaders burst into the store, cheered, ran in a circle, and then left. We suspect they were just trying to cause a commotion while their friends would steal things, but then realized there was nothing interesting to steal at a UPS store, and then went away. There was a guy that would often come in and try to ship bath salts, which... again, I'm not paid enough for that. A man wanted me to send faxes, and then when I told him the number wasn't working, he shook the paper in my face and yelled, fax! It's not working. Fax! Another dude wanted me to help him with his email because the government was hacking his email. There's a guy that would come in a lot and tell us about word affirmation, but thought that it was literally magic and not just a self-motivator, and told us that the sounds in our voices affected atoms and quarks on the quantum level and would make things a reality. For example, like if you just said, I have a juicy booty, I have a juicy booty, I have a juicy booty, then it would be true. There was always the classic handful of people that would knock on the door after we were closed and ask if we were open. Are you guys open? No. And that's all that I can think about. If you subscribe, I will throw this box, help me, into a volcano. Thank you, Villa, for helping me animate this video. And that's everything. Now I'm gonna play myself out. Ooh, a squirrel. Ooh, a ladybug. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ah! Just get inside and I pull this lever and... Wait, subscribe. There's this thing I like to do when I'm alone, where I walk in circles for a couple of hours and I talk to myself.
Don't leave me here. My mom. My God.
Huh. That's probably the worst thing possible. Very useful in a zombie apocalypse. Yeah, I'm cozy. Do you need like a homemade security system? You want to do this the easy way or the hard way? Yeah, he's not giving up. Take the shot. Yeah, come a little closer. I dare you. See what happens. Look at this little man. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hey, look at me. It's okay, everybody. As long as we're inside, he can't get us. Oh, a piece of candy. I was starting to feel very tingly in my appendages. The only thing is that you might not survive the landing. Look, kids, it's Mount Rushmore. This is where your mom and I met, and we wanted to bring you here to this very special place so we could show you. Point yourself at the direction your destination is. Then clone yourself. Then both of you clone. And then all of you clone. And then you fall over. Hello? Yes, there's someone in my bed. It was Minecraft. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Water people.
This tube needs to go in your butt. Goose, you need to go to the bathroom. Come round, come here ye, everybody, for your toast. Hi. This guy's kind of weird. You know that ticks, they make antifreeze and Lyme's disease eats it. Oh, wait. Pig drama. Where was the chicken? The sheep were super freaky. There are cats. You're their leader, and you're out to conquer the universe. I also think I was ready to die. Do owls even eat chickens? I don't know. I am filled with farmer's determination, and I snap from dreamland into 100% lucidity. I run outside and instinctively grab a pitchfork and sprint towards the chicken coop like RoboCop if he had a different, more rural line of work. I turn the corner and there. Mr. Fantastic himself. There was a fence between me and him. I was battle ready, but I couldn't get to him. So instinct set in, and I did what I could. Rob People, by nature, are inventive. Even you have the capacity to imagine things that could change the world. Observe.
A hat that produces more hats, which in turn produce more hats that can produce more hats. I would invent a mouth-seeking pretzel launcher. A sandwich. More ice cream sandwich merch. A peanut. Ball 2.0. Hot ice cubes. Thought/dream to video converter. You. Depression powered car.
Whee! Speaking of inventions, have you heard of today's sponsor? NordVPN is a virtual private network that helps you protect yourself online. You guys remember when TikTok was almost banned? A VPN can help you get around certain region-blocked content so you can do whatever you want online. Using a VPN encrypts your browsing activity so no one knows who you are or where you're going. NordVPN can be used as an ad blocker. Get out of here.
They have super fast service in 60 different countries.
I use VPNs when I want to get to content that's region locked. For example, there's only some Netflix shows that you can watch in France. Where are you from? France. Okay, you're good. Use promo code Ice Cream Sandwich to get 68% off a 2-year plan plus 1 additional month for free. Thanks NordVPN for sponsoring this video. NordVPN, thumbs up. I think it's absolutely mind-boggling that the best technology we had at some point was something so basic we didn't even give it a second thought, like the wheel. And now we have technology so amazing, people from 300 years ago would think it was sent by God, like Minecraft. Once we got agriculture down, things started going off. I'm talking paper, theater, swords, cars, planes, computers, and before you know it, people started doing amazing things. We got to the moon.
We weren't supposed to do that.
Humans can't even fly, let alone escape Earth's gravitational pull, but all the smart people got together and were like, nah, I'm doing it anyway. I've always been interested in that kind of thing, innovation and inventions. Ever since I was a kid, I watched Bill Nye, I had all the science experiment books, I had it all. I even met Bill Nye himself. There I am. Right there, that's me. I even got the signature. Learning about all the things that people invented in the past and in the present, and how anybody has the ability to imagine and invent whatever they want inspired me. One day I went into my dad's workshop filled with determination to create something. Wood, nails, rubber bands, and with a little ingenuity, I created garbage. I remember I meant it to be a card swiping machine, but it was just wood that you could put a card into, and it had no practical use. More modern art than modern science. I learned an important lesson that day. Oh, I have to be smart to make stuff. Oh, that's a bummer. I still like to watch YouTube videos about cool inventions that are being made, or Michael Reeves terrorizing his friends. But I also learned what I'm good at, which is, I would say, to stare at whatever the heck this is and go, yeah, I get it. That is to say, I thrive with creative challenges rather than technical ones. In contrast, if I look at a math problem that looks more like a demon's hex than algebra, it would boggle my mind to such an extent that I would just cease to exist. I'm more of an idea man anyway. That's the ideal job for me right there. I get great ideas all the time. Here's a couple, you could just have a couple freebies for you. A dog petting machine so your dog doesn't get lonely. A me petting machine so I don't get lonely. A tattoo machine that works like a printer. Only frosting Oreos. Big corn dog. A popcorn bag that you break like a glow stick and then it makes your popcorn. Joy-Cons without drift. How hard is that? RGB dishware. If you need any more good ideas, let me know. Here's my card. Hey, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. This one was kind of short, but it was fun to make. I just kind of wanted to ramble about whatever. Thank you for helping me with the tweet part of the video. That was my favorite part to animate, so thank you. If you haven't subbed yet, doors are open. Welcome to all the new subs. Make yourself at home. I have a Fanta if you want. I only have one, but we can share.
Fear helps you stay alive, but I feel like in today's age, it feels much more like a burden than a function of survival. Sure, the world can be a scary place sometimes, like when you actually see a bear, but I just don't see bears that much. And I think fear is just a little more annoying than it is helpful in most parts of my life. The first thing I think of when I think of fear is flying. Fun fact about me, I used to not be afraid of flying at all. And actually, I thought it was a lot of fun. I remember my favorite seat was the window seat because I got to see a view of the world that used to only belong to birds. But now, unfortunately, flying is so much more of a hassle than it used to be. One of the more recent times I was flying, the pilot came over the intercom and said, "Hello, passengers. We are coming close to our destination. And we are going down. And as we are going down to our destination, I ask everyone to fasten their seatbelts and return their seats to their upright position for landing." Can we work on our phrasing a little or provide context? I respect pilots and all they do for society, but please say anything else than "we are going down" when inside of a giant metal tube in the sky. I thought for a moment that I was actually gonna die. I can't totally describe the feeling of doom that I felt in that moment, but I can kind of make a facial expression that represents it. It was like that, but on the inside. I used to think it would be cool to have flight as a superpower, but with fear of flying, it would just be terrible. Maybe I can just walk. If you're afraid of flying, it's definitely not the only thing you're afraid of. One time when I was a kid, my family went to Willis Tower. And if you've never been, at the top of Willis Tower, there are these glass boxes that poke out of the building that you can actually walk into and look down at the city if you so please. I thought it'd be really cool to see everything with no obstructed view. But the closer I got to the glass boxes, the more my brain cranked up my fear. There's never been a mechanical failure. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, but what if it's not fine? What if it breaks for the first time when you stand on it? There's always a first time for everything. But it's maintained regularly, and look at all the other people doing it. They're okay. Yeah, but what if when you get on, a bug flies into a bird's mouth and it chokes, which causes it to hit a plane, which makes the plane crash, and the plane hits a screw on the glass box, but the plane actually recovers and flies away, so everybody's happy about that. But the screw spins until it comes out and unravels the whole glass box, and you fall? No, yeah, that's a good point. So when it was my turn to go into the glass box, I decided to not. The building is well maintained and has never had a mechanical failure, and I could have had a cool experience, but I was just too freaked out. However, even if fear is sometimes annoying, I stand by my wariness of mechanical failures. Things happen. If there really are infinite realities inside of infinite universes, then that means somewhere out there, there's an Andy that met a terrible fate. Sucks for that guy. I don't know. I think it would just be nice to be up in a high place and enjoy the view without my brain screaming code red all the time. Again, I prove my point. Fear is annoying.
But not as annoying as this. Get professional care for hair loss from the comfort of your home without ever visiting a doctor's office or pharmacy with Keeps. Sometimes hair loss happens. Where is that thing? Hey, shush. Ew, don't touch me with that! But Keeps can help you with your hair care goals in a multitude of ways, such as getting your treatment delivered to you on your schedule. As a part of your Keeps treatment plan, you get access to the Keeps care team for any questions you may have 24/7. Keeps also offers hair thickening shampoo, conditioner, not for eating, and styling pomade. These products work great together to complement your treatment. No, I said no. Whether you're looking to prevent hair loss, stimulate hair growth, or just take better care of the hair you have, Keeps offers treatments that work for you. Head to keeps.com/ice cream sandwich to get a special offer today. Or later. I'm free Monday. Okay. Thanks, Keeps, for sponsoring this video.
Fire can be useful for a lot of things, like roasting marshmallows, pyrotechnics, and whenever you want lions to hop through a ring of fire. So, despite all of these joys that fire brings us, I am also afraid of fire, but only big fire. I'm not, like, screaming at candles and stuff. Beechwood lavender. It's specifically scary when it's out of control. I've seen videos of people driving through or even next to forest fires, which awakens a deep and primal fear. And I'm not even in the situation. I can't imagine the courage firefighters must have to fight forest fires. There's a lot of F's in that sentence. Did you know the size of a loose fire doubles every 60 seconds?
You gonna put that out?
Yeah, I was trying to show an example. I can't remember where I heard that fact, but it's very scary. Fire is incredible.
It can feed you, it can protect you, but if you're not careful with it, fire can totally and completely destroy everything you've ever known or loved.
Hey, I said past the marshmallows? Oh, yeah, sorry. Here you go. Darkness. It's the idea of the unknown.
anything could be right out in front of your face and you wouldn't know. Hi, do you want to subscribe? One time, long ago, I went out to see a movie with friends at a nearby movie theater. When the movie finished up and everybody left, my plan was just to walk home. Eventually, I get to my neighborhood and I see a dark figure in the distance, and there's no light. I start to get a little nervous because I don't know what or who that is. At this point, my mind is starting to sound the alarms again. A murderer? A bear? An eldritch creature of the night? Whatever it is. Adrenaline. As the shape gets closer, it starts to look more and more humanoid. Then I see it's a person and they're running, and I think it's pretty fast, and I think it's running directly at me. I am in danger. There is no reason anyone should be running at night at anyone. I am not fighting nor flighting. I am just standing there, baked in fear. They get closer and closer, and once they were close enough, hello, hey, I figured out that they were not running at me at all. They were just on a nighttime jog. The funny thing about darkness is it messes with your sight. When your brain doesn't get all the information it needs, it'll just do you the favor of filling in the gaps itself. So my brain just assumed it was getting attacked, but it was just an hallucination stemming from my fear. Cool. That is the thing that freaks me out about darkness. It's unknown, and that scares me. Anyway, those are my top fears. Thanks for watching.
Well, Bob, the weather is beautiful out here as we wait to see the main event. That's right, Sean. The birds are chirping, the sun is shining, and we're ready to see some awesome skateboarding tricks. Let's move over to our first competitor. Ooh, let's see if he can recover.
Look at this guy. What do you think when you see him? Uncool, somewhat unsightly, blue shirt. It's tragic. This was me when I was younger. Not me now, but when I was younger. And when I was younger, I became very influenced by the Tony Hawk Pro Skater video games. They were awesome. The tricks, the characters, the Neversoft logo intro. Gross. I thought skateboarding was so cool. Yeah! So I thought, if I became a skateboarder, then I would be cool. I mean, what could go wrong? Just get a skateboard, sign up for some classes, then I'm cool. It's easy. Oh, and plus my parents were willing to do anything to get me out of the house, so they agreed. On the first day of class, the instructor gathered all the kids around to set expectations. He talked about the simplest trick that we would be starting with, which was the ollie. He explained how to do the ollie and how to approach the trick. And then he said to not expect to get it right away because it took him a year to get it down. A year? I want to learn how to do the cool video game thing, not put an actual effort into a craft or skill over a long period of time. I have respect for people who put effort into their craft, but it takes me forever to learn things. It took me 3 semesters of taking Algebra 1 to finally not fail it. So learning how to do an ollie is gonna take like so I think this is gonna take too long. I don't want to learn the jump move. I'm not gonna spend my time learning the jump move. I'm gonna go learn by myself. What's wrong with a little initiative, right? So I get up on a quarter pipe and I set up to drop in. I got the wind knocked out of me and then quit skateboarding. It may not be a noble thing to quit at the very first sign of effort or pain, but I think about it, and if I did continue to skateboard, I most certainly would have come out with way more brain damage than I already do, so probably for the best. Hey buddy, what do you think about dodgeball? Well, I think that this video is sponsored by NordVPN. NordVPN is a virtual private network that keeps you safe online. There's many things these days, like the internet. The internet is full of people wanting to know what you're doing without your consent. What you doing? Go away. Ooh. But with NordVPN, you can block those pesky trackers. Oh, guys, stop. In addition to this, you can protect yourself from malicious ads or nasty malware. But not from me. I'm immune. Nuh-uh. Protecting yourself online is all well and good, but what about your other devices? Well, NordVPN's got you covered there, because then you can put on...
one.
Use promo code Ice Cream Sandwich to get NordVPN's 2-year plan plus 4 additional months for free. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Thanks NordVPN for sponsoring this video. I love dodgeball because mostly it's just easy fun that anybody can enjoy. Like that guy over there. You don't have to be good at all to play and have a good time. And I am certainly not good, except for one time I was untouchable. It was during a college dodgeball tournament. My friends and I signed up for fun, but unfortunately, the first team that we were paired up with was really good. They were like the best dodgeball players I have ever seen. They had team organization and were really strong to boot. They were throwing balls like cannons, and we hardly stood a chance. So the games were best of 5, and we had already lost 2 games at this point. And on the 3rd game, I ended up being the last man standing. If we lost this, we were done. So it becomes clear at this point that this isn't for fun anymore. I need to win and also survive. When they saw I was the last man standing, they signaled to each other some kind of play. Like they had formations? I didn't know you could do that. What is he doing? 2 of them started winding up, and one of them was going down the center. I know exactly what was happening. It was some kind of cage maneuver. Avoiding the 2 balls on either side of me will draw me towards the center, which lines me up to be hit. Not on my watch. I dodged their attack. Now if I can return the offense and keep dodging, I can pick them off one... They caught the ball, and I was out. Was I only untouchable in that moment? Not for other parts of the game. Yes. Will I ever pull that off again? No. Was it awesome? Yeah. You would think because I was able to do that I'm like locked into the Matrix and could dodge all incoming ball-shaped threats. I wish. This one time in high school gym class, we were all outside playing some soccer. The other team had a pretty big power player, big for his age and ready to rumble. Our team had me, smaller, aerodynamic, wiggly. I was feeling pretty competitive and I didn't want to let the ball pass me. So I was committed to being the best defense on our team. And I was doing a great job. I was constantly returning the soccer ball to the other side of the field. At one point, I see their power player tee up the ball. I felt like getting in the way of this one's gonna be dangerous. He's a big guy with big legs. But I wanted to win. I had competitive brain. So I get in the way. It was a really meaty kick. I feel dizzy. I couldn't hear things for a second. I gotta sit down. You are sitting down. Abraham Lincoln. The power player felt really bad about it and apologized. I told him he didn't need to apologize. But by golly, did I think I was going to the other side for a second there. I sat on the sidelines for a bit as the game kept going. And eventually, I am feeling better and get back into the game. I am so sorry. Please, there is no need to apologize. These things happen all of the time, Mr. Lincoln. I decided that I'm not going to play anymore, and the teacher was fine with that. So I don't know why I was able to dodge balls like a grandmaster dodgeball player, but I couldn't survive a soccer game. Maybe it was a fluke. Who knows? All I know is if you sit inside on your computer all day, you cannot get hit by ball. Uh-oh. Thanks for watching. Go long. Farther. Farther. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, a little more. If you're anything like me, you don't like sports. I go get the ball. You just threw it, you go get it. I feel like if I was better at sports, I'd like them more, but I am not good at sports. If you're to look at my history with sports, you will see that my performance, it is bad. Yo, catch! I don't really like watching sports either, but I do understand there's a little crossover with what constitutes as a good time. Snacks, hanging with the boys, balls. I can see the appeal, it's just not my thing. For me, personally, I do other stuff for fun. Ooh, ice. Woo! Give it a good stir. I did it. He likes it. You want a sip? You want a taste? like it? You like it? Oh, yeah? Yeah? You want it? You want it? Go get it. The other thing I like to do for fun is learn things online indiscriminately. Well, there's no easy way to say this, so. I am sponsored by Skillshare. Again, Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives where millions come together to take their next step in their creative journey. Have you looked at my YouTube videos and thought, well, if you'd like to make your own YouTube channel, you can. Learn from the man, the myth, the legend himself, MKBHD. Writing your script, shooting your videos, growing your channel. It's really good. Maybe I should take this class. Skillshare is specifically made for learning, so there's no ads, which is great. And there's new premium classes always being added, which is also great. It's great. Skillshare costs less than $10 a month for an annual subscription. But if you'd like to try it for free, then there's a link in the description that will give you a free trial of premium membership for the first 1,000 people that click on it. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. Okay, so the first sport I ever went out for was basketball. Half court! My parents signed me up through the local YMCA, and every practice session was everybody just throwing basketballs at the hoop for like an hour, and I was really not good at it. In fact, the entire time I played basketball, I never made a single shot, except for one time. We were playing some game against a much better team who continuously scored on us. I hardly ever got the ball because everybody knew that I could not handle that. But in this game, I was in a really advantageous position, and someone tossed the ball to me, and there was my shot. Wide open, and I took it, and I made it. I was so happy for my first score, and then we lost the game. I have made no significant difference on the outcome, and then I got a medal. I do not know how that works out, but it was fun. I got so much dopamine in that moment that it seared a memory into my brain. I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but I'll always remember that moment. I don't know how I feel about giving kids medals for losing. I don't know if it's really good for mental development, but it does feel good. After a certain amount of time, I stopped playing basketball and started playing baseball instead. At this point, I was a little older, and I had marginally improved on my hand-eye coordination, so I could take baseball a little bit more seriously. And this time, I was on a team with my friends, which was awesome. It made playing the game way more fun. There was a snack bar at the place that we played games at, so we could always go and get like Big League Chew, and this is not interesting at all, but the nostalgia I get while looking at this product is palpable. It's potent, it's pungent. Ugh, Big League Chew is so good. Actually, hold on. Amazon. Big League Chew. There it is. I can get a pack of 5 for $8. There's a bucket? But yeah, baseball, I was also very bad at this game. I might have been older. I might have had better hand-eye coordination, but I was still bad at throwing, pitching, hitting. You could just generalize it and say that I was bad at the whole game. And you'd be right. I remember playing this one game where the ball landed right next to me. All I needed to do was pick up the ball and toss it. But while I was trying to pick it up, I wasn't looking at my hands. I was looking at the runner, just rounding the bases. And I kept missing while I was picking it up. So I was just looking at the dude taking all the bases while I was crouching over looking like a dumb idiot. And then I looked down and saw that I was missing it, picked it up and tossed it. But the runner got a home run by the time I threw it. Guess who was mad at me for that one? The whole team. If that doesn't sound that bad, trust me when I say it looked way worse if you watched it play out. Whew, tough inning. I'm gonna go get some more Big League Chew. I'm out of the old chew. All right. I was bad, and everybody knew it, including me. They even yelled at me to not throw the ball when I got it because it usually meant someone was going to get another base, if not an entire home run, because I would just miss all of the time. Except for there was one time when I shut everybody up. We were playing a game and we needed one more out to win. I was shortstop at the time, which is right here, and the ball was hit right to me. I picked it up and everybody was telling me, don't throw it, just we'll get him out on the next hit. But I didn't listen. Instinct seeped into my brain. I was all animal. I got the out. The whole team was shocked, including myself. And it was the complete opposite of the basketball game because that throw won the game for us. I mean, it wasn't a really impressive throw, but when you take the worst player of the game and you get an out, it's a little bit cool. Everybody was freaking out, and everybody did that thing where they came up to me and they hit me in the head because they were like, good job. I don't get that in sports where they just hit you and spank you, but it is a form of endearment, so it felt very good to be congratulated. That was the coolest play in baseball that I've ever made, and I'll always remember it because all my other memories of playing baseball were really embarrassing. So I guess I get why people like sports. It's exciting when things go good. It's just that things don't go good for me a lot when it comes to that. This is kind of irrelevant, but I was thinking about when I was playing baseball, and I remember this time that there was this kid that we were playing against who was pitching, and he had been hitting every person that went up to bat. And then I went up to bat, and I could see that he was really upset. And then he threw the ball and he hit me. And I was like, hey, I don't have to walk. He can pitch again. I didn't think that hurt at all. And then the ref was like, nope, you have to go. And I was like, okay. And I walked to first base and I saw them crying. I just felt really bad because I know what it's like to suck. I hope that kid's doing okay today. If by some random chance of luck that you're out there watching this right now, just know that you're not alone. It's okay to suck. I suck every day. And then, after a certain amount of time, baseball was done. And then I moved on to track and field, which was really fun because it's easy. You have to do one thing. Run. I like track and field because I considered myself at the time to be pretty quick.
I am speed.
I definitely wasn't the fastest, but I still prided myself on my ability to run. There's no missing the ball on the ground or throwing a ball at a hoop. It's just run. And that I could do. Nothing really interesting happened when I played track and field, just because it is very simple. Look at him run. Yeah, that one's fast. But it was one of the sports I did. There was one day that I became really dehydrated that all I could see was white.
Hey, does it seem really bright out here to you guys?
But that's less about the sport, more about me being dehydrated. I'm surprised I'm alive these days. Anyway, and then I tried cross-country skiing, but that one was the worst because despite everybody's best efforts, I couldn't do it. Every practice after school, we would go out to ski, everybody would be shimmying around, and then there would be me shuffling in place for hours. You got this, Andy. Yes, thank you. I don't know what wasn't clicking, but I couldn't do it. After about a month, I ended up quitting. Breaking up with your girlfriend? That's hard. Beating pogo stuck? It's really hard. Cross-country skiing? It's impossible. Sometimes I play golf, but never in a serious kind of way. There was one time when I tried to play golf with a bunch of friends, and it did not go well at all. It wasn't supposed to go well because we were just like, yeah, it's golf. We'll just hit it around, and if we don't get the ball, whatever. But the way golf courses work is that they want to very efficiently have everybody moving along from one hole to the next, so there's not a lot of people waiting because a bunch of goofballs want to have a good time. So they took me and another friend, and they paired us up with some random people that we just didn't know. They were really nice, and they were like, it's your first time golfing? And we're like, yeah, I mean, we've golfed before, but we don't, we're not too good. And we proceeded to hit every shot into the rough, and they were being really nice and saying, oh, it's okay, you can try again. And eventually they just stopped talking to us because we were so bad. It kind of ruined the vibe. It was really embarrassing to be that bad. But in the end, we met up with our other friends that already finished the course, and we got a couple golf carts and then just raced around in them, which is not allowed. I think it made it worth it. That was a good memory of mine. So I've had my fill of sports. Not my thing. Totally understand why people like it, but I draw a cartoon, not to play sport. Artists don't want to move. They just want to sit and draw. I have carpal tunnel. So that's on playing sports, but watching them, you don't have to be good. You can just watch it, right? Not for me. Oh my God, the amount of things that people have to remember. I'm amazed at people's ability to just know who's who, the rules, how well they've been performing. How do you keep up with all of that information? Oh, Billy Bobby Jimmy Johnny got 3 kickies into the goal just last round. He's been doing pretty good this season. What? Who is this guy? And then they changed teams. They were just like swapping them around. That's so much data. I forgot what I ate for breakfast. Or if I even ate breakfast. Oh, it's just way too much. I don't really watch sports or go out to games. I do like going to the stadium sometimes because the food is yummy. You can just sit in the sun and enjoy a hot dog. It's like a comfortable thing. Being there to watch the game, take me out of the ball game. More like take me home and stop at Five Guys on the way. I'm hungry. So in the end, sports are good, just not for me. Thank you for watching. Which one of these would you choose? Given the opportunity, your arms can change into any shape or material. Make $100 for every mile you run, but it stops working when you stop running. And it resets every day. You can make $1 million in a day. You just gotta run 800 miles an hour. Stay young and have perfect health, but the moment you turn 70, you die. I'm 69 years old. Hey, isn't it your birthday today? Add 2 to anything. For example, add 2 to the amount of digits in your IQ. So I asked you what you would choose to see what you would say. So what would you guys choose? Hey, can you go away? What? Fine, more for me. Out of all of them, you guys really like the arms one. Honestly, I feel like out of all the options, interchangeable and transformable arms would probably be the best and most useful due to its versatility. True. You could do many things with the arms, Bill. You could open your own professional dog walking business. You'd never have to wait to cross the street ever again. You're basically just Jake the dog, but with only arms. Assuming the pill lets you change them at will and isn't just one and done, I'd probably go with that. You could change your arms into wings and fly. You can make them slightly buffer to open jars and stuff. Well, they're open. And you could maybe even create a second pair of arms to carry more things. Not to mention, you'd never be without a weapon in a pool noodle battle. You guys are pretty clever with your ideas. I also think it would be really cool to have. Maybe you could like, you know, like you could do, like make them into cool sunglasses. If you take this pill, it'll give you $100 for every mile you run without stopping. Can you guess who really liked this pill? I'll give you a hint. That's right. Long-distance runners. You see, I made a grave error when making this pill. If people can make money by running, then only the best runners will be rich, creating a new elite class in our modern world. An elite class of cardio athletes. While they will be out making bank by running and also improving their cardiovascular health, people like me will be doing the opposite, staying inside. All of us non-runners will be considered peasants, but you can't even run a 2-minute mile. What a dork. In this new future, the new beauty standard will be leg girth. This is a future we cannot have. I won't let them be more powerful than me. Oh my god. Now that I think back on it, I don't think I've ever run a mile without stopping somewhere in the middle. In high school, I ran a 7-minute mile. Felt pretty good about that. But I had to stop a bunch and I couldn't do it all at once. Which, if you remember, makes the pill stop working and reset the next day. So this pill is not my first choice. Hey, buddy.
Sponsorship.
This video is sponsored by NordVPN. A VPN is a virtual private network. How confusing. Simply put, a virtual private network is something that protects your online activity from big, bad, scary things. Shown here. I've soiled myself. The great thing about NordVPN is that it can be installed on multiple devices, which is perfect if you're chronically online. I love dopamine. Do you worry about malware getting all up in your business? Well, NordVPN can block malware. No. I use NordVPN myself to protect me from all kinds of things. Can it protect me from... Shut up! Use promo code Ice Cream Sandwich to get NordVPN's 2-year plan plus 4 extra months for free! It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Thanks NordVPN for sponsoring this video. This pill is the ultimate health pill that gives you perfect health, but you stop living at exactly 70 years old. Clearly a very useful pill. But I'm willing to bet a lot of you don't know how useful it is. No illness? Ever? And you know the exact moment you die, so you have the opportunity to do the funniest thing. Hey man, thanks for inviting me to your birthday. I'm having a great time. I really value our friendship over all of these years. Yeah, no problem. Hey, pull my finger. If you didn't pick this pill, let me tell you what you're missing out on. Perfect health means that you can eat as much junk food as you want with 0 side effects. Perfect health means you can practice as much parkour as you want without being afraid of messing up. Should have chose the health pill. Some science labs need people to test on, and they pay money to do that. So you just make money and not worry about any of the side effects that might happen from the research. Oh no! And if you had perfect health, You could live at Chernobyl.
Yeah, just chilling out. Wasteland style. Perfect health is A+, and you slept on this.
Can you stop yelling?
No.
Now, if you take this pill, you can add 2 to anything. And I mean anything. With the proper creativity, you can do some crazy things. I got nothing. For example, you can add 2 to the number of arms you have. Yeah, I'm like a bug. Could you get down? Could you get out of the walls? Plus 2 to the amount of senses I have. You know, we got taste and smell and stuff. But what if we had 2 more, right? Don't know what they would be. I hope it'd be Spidey sense. I guess that's not that useful if you also don't have Spidey reflexes. I'm in danger. I would add 2 to the amount of me's in the world, which means I technically could get twice as many things done in a day. I think we'd all still be kind of lazy though. Get to work! Oh. Thank you for participating in my video, and thanks for watching. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you have a good day. And watch what I can do. You know what really peeves me the freak off? Several things, like slime and ASMR videos and other things that I'll go over with you. Give me the napkin. Is it still there? You still got it on. It's still there a little bit. Did I get it? No, there's still some. Yeah. All good? Yep. Perfect. Pet peeves. The things that, no matter how mundane, peeve you off. They just peeve you. I consider myself a go with the flow kind of guy, but sometimes there's just a couple things that really peeve me off. I don't know if anybody else is with me on this because it seems to be a very popular thing, but one of the top things that gets my goat, slime.
Kind of hurts my eyes a little
When
bit.
I was younger, I got a gift, and because I am a boy, it's slime. You know, you get boys, gross bugs. Bleh, make a bug from the thing. Da, 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 da. I fell into that category, and so I was gifted slime one day. I played with it for like, I don't know, a little bit. And not even after a minute or 2 of playing with it, my hands were filled with like this weird texture. It was like an oily texture. Whatever else I was touching was also getting oily. And then the slime itself was attracting all kinds of hair and dust. It was disgusting. And it was like 2 minutes.
I don't want to play anymore.
And now I can't stand slime. And when I see people make those satisfying slime videos, it just throws me into a deep and terrible rage. Anytime I see it, I just think of like sticky hair and oily texture. I don't know what's going on in my brain that makes me mad, but when I see it, it makes me mad. I get angry. I don't like slime.
And besides,
I'm more of a moon sand kind of guy anyway. Is it not just the better of the two? Would you rather play with soft, silky, beach-like sand or icky, oily, gross, sticky booger snot toy? Something wrong with your kid. Anyway, moving on. I'm glad that we can all agree that I'm right. Next up is ASMR. I get it. There's some people that listen to it and they love it. The sound goes into the brain and it gives it a little tickle and it makes them feel good. I get that. But for some reason, it feels the opposite for me. Ow! Ah! Stop it! I think it's like a personal space thing. ASMR makes it feel like somebody's right up in my bubble. And I don't like that. I like my personal space. I like me a good amount of air between me and people. Don't touch me. If I'm on a plane and your legs are touching my legs, I won't say anything because I'm pretty non-confrontational, but I'll be upset about it. Next up on the list, a pet peeve I think everybody can agree on. This video is sponsored by NordVPN. Ew, why'd you do that? NordVPN is a virtual private network that keeps you safe online. Pretend for a moment that this fist is the internet. Getting you pretty good there. But with NordVPN, you can protect yourself from malicious ads, nasty malware, and that ominous floating fist from earlier. Not to mention all those pesky trackers trying to collect your precious data. You can also install NordVPN on your phone, your tablet, Bob's phone, Bob. Anywhere that you need additional protection. Use promo code Ice Cream Sandwich to get NordVPN's 2-year plan plus 4 additional months for free. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Thanks NordVPN for sponsoring this video. There's another thing that peeves me off that I'm tired of being quiet about, and something needs to be said. One moment. Look at these 2 burgers. Observe how easy it is to eat this regular-sized normal burger. See? Relatively easy. Now try this. It's messy. It's bigger than your mouth. And it falls apart easily. Isn't that the worst? It's okay. I've been there, buddy. I don't like food that I physically have to crush with my hands to be able to eat it. I think there should be a law that prohibits burgers from being bigger than the average human mouth size, which is about 2.2 inches, which is around the width of 3 human fingers. Take your fingers out of your mouth. Would you be excited to eat a hot dog that required you to unhinge your mouth to eat? I don't think so. I think the rule of thumb is if your burger needs a stick to stay together, maybe it's time to go back to the drawing board. People who say short instead of average height, like people are tall or short, and somehow there's no room for average. What, you're always hot or cold and there's no warm, fast or slow, full or hungry, day or night? Is your world so rigid that you are bound by the rule of black and white? Will you give no time for the brilliance of the sunset to dance on the stage of the horizon? I'm 5'9" and that's short to you? It's average. Imagine what house you could build with hundreds of millions of dollars. Beautiful marble, gorgeous statues, water features. With that much money, you should be able to make something really amazing with a lot of good taste. Well, I found a place that's somehow the opposite. I was on Zillow trying to find the most expensive place to live in New York. No, I am not procrastinating. It's important. Research. Anyway, I found this one. Look at how unfinished it looks. It looks bad. Can you guess how much this mansion costs? $125 million. Isn't that insane? You know, like wood at Home Depot that's like not finished or part of any complete project? That's what this place looks like. It's like a table where you got all the parts but never finished them. I'm not mad that the house looks bad. I'm mad that the house looks this bad with so much money behind it. How can you be so rich and make such a bad interior? It's offensive. Let's put this into perspective. Rich people can buy crazy things like F1 fighter jets and racetracks and probably a scrying orb. But then they go and get this. It just doesn't add up, and it makes me pretty mad. Like, if you're gonna have a bad house, it should at least be cheap. It's like spending millions of dollars on a party on the moon, and then you bring out the dessert and it's yogurt. Just plain yogurt. Why ruin the $1 million party with yogurt? I can only assume whoever owns this house just wanted to feel something. They've experienced so much opulence and extravagance that this disgusting violent interior is the only thing that's made them feel anything in years. Next up, the Kraft mac and cheese boxes. Bring in Exhibit A. As you can see here, there is a nice perforated edge designed for the user to easily access the mac and cheese dust within. Perfect. It will make opening it so much easier. Except it doesn't. And every time I want a bowl of mac, I end up just crushing the box, and I feel stupid.
Okay, here I go. Perfect!
It's so incredibly pointless. I'm having a hard time believing it's a real machine making these perforated edges. Probably just a guy at the end of the production line making indents in the boxes with his fingernails because he thinks it's like helpful or something. Well, it isn't. Even if it was, there's an entire bag of cheese dust in there that needs to be extracted. It's not gonna fit through that tiny hole. Just copy cereal boxes. They figured it out and you can do the same thing. Probably. No. There's this thing that gets my goat so bad. When I'm on a walk with Rhea and we're having a great time, I'm taking in the nature, she's sniffing around, we come across a lawn that she's already been walking in with a tiny little, usually green, sign that says, "This lawn has been chemically treated. Keep children and pets off until dry." Why is that sign so small? Tiny. Clearly, the chemical that is treating the lawn is harmful to pets and children. Otherwise, why would there be a sign? So, when something is harmful, why is the sign so tiny? This little contradiction, it never, like, why is it also green, which blends into the grass? The issue arises when I don't notice it until Rhea's already been in the lawn sniffing around. Clearly, the solution is to have several signs, have a little skull and crossbones on it, and then, like, string together some pink string between each sign surrounded the treating area. Imagine you had to store some nuclear waste from a nuclear power plant. All right, we need to keep this away from the public. It's harmful nuclear waste, so what should we do? I have just the plan. It's perfect. If I were to give you a vial of poison and say drink it, would you? Probably not. But then If I said, oh, don't worry, it's only enough to kill small children and pets, would you feel safe drinking it then? Probably not. I just hate those signs. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. If you don't subscribe, it'll make me mad. And you won't like it when I'm mad.
Can we work on our phrasing a little or provide context?
Infinite knowledge. Do I need to be worried about what's in this box? Is that thing? Hey, shush. Ew, don't touch me with that!
Depression-powered car.
Whee! Why would you do that? Hey, baby, it's just me, Tony. How you doing, Tony? How you doing? Good to see you, Tony. Good to see you. What's going on up here? Tony's here. Focus. I'd like to say that. Ah! Or movement. Oh, no. Where's the guy in charge here? Tony's here. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Good to see you. Tony's good to see you. Hey, what's going on up here? This one feels sticky. Here's a Band-Aid. No! Thanks for watching. This tube needs to go in your butt. And this is your brain on ADHD. I only speak American. And I think it's the fox. Tony's here. Hey, Tony, I haven't seen him forever, Tony. Ruined my arms. Hi, do you want to subscribe?
Is this safe?
You need to go to the bathroom. Or am I crazy? I am crazy. Hey, today. Get out of here. Get away from my house. VPNs are a great way to achieve that. Watch. See? What makes my heart rate go up?
Oh my God!
Got to the moon.
You weren't supposed to do that.
When I think of fear, it's flying.
NordVPN saved my marriage. Well, only if you pay me, so.
Butter people.
Mud, I'm in danger. Hey, this guy pees in pools. You give me that. Give me the pool noodle. Bad.
Even if fear is sometimes annoying,
I'm a box. Give me that.
thought it was a lot of fun.
Hey! Bulky, ominous men sitting on buckets in a circle staring at me. Fun!
Beechwood lavender.
Blow inside of me and kill me. Plants and animals don't die while he's gone.
Your friends, your family, your neighbor's dog.
Imagine me, but small. Balls. So I went outside to go meet them. Oh, a piece of candy. I suck every day. Sprinkled around that you had to get over. Woo! Ooh, a squirrel. Ooh, a ladybug. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ah! Michael Reeves terrorizing his friends. I learned how to play a xylophone. No, I think I'm actually doing pretty good. Get on the ground! And give you a little kiss. No! My chemicals! Superhero.
Spinny door go spinny wee wee wee.
I don't really watch sports. So it turns out your boy has ADHD. Who would have guessed?
I think that I know what I'm doing, and we can get started right away.
So naturally, I dressed up as a cardboard box. Any errands? Butterflies in my stomach. Yo! Because now birds can eat them. Put you with the rest of them. I'm alive these days. Anyway, wood, nails, rubber bands, and with a little ingenuity, I created garbage. Am I gonna be in trouble? All right, bye. Cucumber nimbus.
Dad,
Woo!
Yeah!
Actually lowers and raises on a platform.
Burden than a function of survival.
Pizza.
It was like that, but on the inside.
That wasn't the only time I went to the principal's office. Just above your very head. Hey. And look at my brain. Oh, God.
Very useful in a zombie apocalypse.
Hi.
Oh my goodness! I'm 30.
A homemade security system?
Open your third eye. Focus. What do you see?
Back, you witch! What? It's just a card? Dangerous. Yeah! Bad at the whole game. But there's no sponsorship segments in this video. Crazy. No. Well, how about not that?
Hey, does it seem really bright out here to you guys?
Nana purple. Whoa, God. I almost dropped my phone. I think in your dreams, and we can hang out, but I will not stop farting. And see if something's wrong with that. Protect yourself online. And didn't tell us what was about to happen? My body is wiggly. I said, come on. Just let me go get my cereal. No, I can do it. Nah, I'm doing it anyway. Krista? Doggy door. Dog. My dog! I was all animal. Corn dog. Corn without the dog. Actually burst open. Oh, God! Minecraft in my bed. Hello? Yes, there's someone in my bed. It was Minecraft. Hello? 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 Huh? Huh? Pretty slick, right? The cons. And now, I'm tall. Stupid garbage on YouTube. Mom. Why does the pig look like that? Where's the justice? Is it here? No. Maybe here? Nope. So we're on the plane. It takes off. Without a fight, baby. Wear a mask. Look at my eyes. One sword, please. A human garbage can.
Help you self-destruct.
Talk to you. Watching you. Ah! Check out this new song I just learned. It's not allowed. And basement. Some girl gets hit in the head with a food tray. And suddenly, I am holding a bomb! To smash that subscribe. Everybody's hot. But when information enters my mind, it just... I can get around and over and through. Oh, guys, stop! Use promo code Ice Cream Sandwich to get NordVPN's 2-year plan plus 4 extra months for... Yo, catch! How junior high school science classes go. You regularly make new friends. Hope you're doing well, you know, with whatever's going on out there. Perfect selfie. A terrible feeling. It's also really salty. Keeps does not make you explode. That was unrelated. Hey. Hold on one second. which isn't always the case for everybody. That, how are you doing? Hey, don't touch those. I need those for the video. You are to sit here and watch and accept all my opinions as fact. Stop. You mean? Dad, I'm walking here. You're also responsible for dodging all of these spike balls.
And I think fear is just a little more annoying than it is helpful in most parts of my life.
Smaller, aerodynamic, wiggly.
Half court.
What do you say? You don't know what that is? What it specifically define a premonition dream? But there's only one way to find out. Let me go and get my foot x-rayed. If I find somebody that I'm making friends with, I'm happy. Rival. Yeah, a little more. Always get a professional diagnosis if you suspect anything. And I think this is a drug trade and I just interrupted their meeting. We see a lizard on a leash. This guy's kind of weird. Ugh! We could not find the chicken. Where was the chicken? And guess what I did? Society peaked when GameCube had tiny discs, strong and robust. Bye! Congratulations. You know.
Magic!
Well, what are you gonna do with that there, Brock? Where's my can of whoop ass? I have a juicy booty. I have a juicy booty. Then it would be true.
Speed.
Yeah! Clearly not. But getting around places would also be great. Salt. Why is that real? I could be melting from the inside out. Come here. The worst thing possible. You might be thinking, because what they really craved was violence. You got this, Andy. Yes, thank you. We're separated because of pig drama. NordVPN flowers from your secret Valentine. Me.
Get up on the top and...
What does this look like, a buffalo to you?
I need to be right back. I gotta go get it.
And there are some foods that make you feel like, could make it worse. Worse! Wow, that's a big spider. Oh my god.
Why do we have to work all the time? I want to sleep.
If you want to ship drugs, don't. Falling downstairs. More corn dogs for me. See you later. Well, hey there, little guy. What you got there, buddy? Broccoli? Well, what are you gonna do with that there broccoli? Food fight. Noun. An instance of people throwing food at one another. Broccoli. Pizza. Beef. Cheese. PBJ. Just the P. HAC. JJBLT. BRB. Corn dog. Corn without the dog. First invented in 1939 by Jeremy M. Beef food fight. That's not real. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to here. I hope you're doing well. You know, with whatever's going on out there. Have you ever been in a food fight? There's something so goofy and Disney movie-esque about somebody standing up yelling food fight and everybody joining in without pause. Nobody really wanted to eat pizza because what they really craved was violence. Obviously, that's not how real food fights work. What? Hollywood's not an accurate representation of reality? That's crazy. What are you talking about? It's true, but life's just filled with hard truths like that, you know? Food fights are really disappointing. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. You can try your hardest, do your best, and still fail. Society peaked when GameCube had tiny discs. I have been in one food fight in my life, and while that sounds fun and adventurous, let me tell you that it backfired really bad. It took place back in junior high school, so imagine me, but small. One day, my friend Tyler tells me about a rumor he heard about a food fight that's happening later in the week. He tells me to tell everybody I know. Normally, a food fight would just fizzle out if not planned properly. So, whoever planned this one wanted everybody to know so they would get as many recruits as possible. And that seemed like a pretty good plan. The day of the food fight rolls around. Tyler and I are sitting together during lunch waiting for something to happen. We don't know who's gonna start it. It was like waiting for a jump scare, but not knowing when it was gonna happen. Things were tense. I'm nervous. Butterflies in my stomach. Blech. But then somebody slams their fist into their food tray, launching food into the air and screams, "Food fight!" This sends everybody into a panic. I turn around and Tyler is gone. There's like 10, maybe 15 people throwing food, but everybody else is trying to make it to the door, and I'm not sticking around either. I start running for the cafeteria exit, but by the time I get there, I'm met with an entire wall of people. Before I can do anything about anything, I'm met with another wall of people directly behind me. Everybody's pushing and shoving, trying to get out. The torrent of people was literally overwhelming, and it was like a sea of people watching me left and right. Food shrapnel rains from above. Some girl gets hit in the head with a food tray. For a moment, I found Tyler again, but he got pushed away in the literal sea of people. Tyler! And then, like that, it was over. We all got out into the hallway away from the chaos. But when we got there, the teachers were out there waiting for us. And they were mad. Oh my god. We got shuffled right back into the cafeteria so they could have a talk with us. They told us how ashamed we should be, because the janitors are gonna have to clean up the mess. And the lunch ladies worked really hard to make the food for us. And we wasted all of it. Wow, it's a good thing I didn't participate, otherwise I'd be feeling pretty bad right about now. All of you will be punished. No more bathroom breaks. If you need to go to the bathroom, you will need to go in between classes. They took the laziest route for punishment and just punished everyone, even though most of the people weren't food fighting. Imagine being the girl that just got hit in the head with the food tray, and then instead of going to the nurse's office, you get in trouble. Where's the justice? Is it here? No. Maybe here? Nope. I think this person had some vice principal level of authority, and I can level with her a little bit and say, yeah, it's frustrating and makes your job harder, even though you don't go clean it. But wow, way to create a whole lot of animosity between the students and the faculty. Oh my god. Life is already hard in junior high. At that age, I was still trying to figure out girls and what kind of clouds there are. Cucumber nimbus. Even though there was a plan for the food fight, most people bailed, some people got hurt, and then we got punished harder than we could have ever expected. Why was this such a failure? Well, it's not like people didn't accept recruitment when told about the plan. No, wait. Well, it's not like people had classes after lunch and didn't want to spend the rest of the day covered in food. No, wait. Well, it's not like it was lunchtime and they were hungry and they wanted to eat the food instead of throwing it. No, wait. What I've learned from this experience is that food fights are stuck in Hollywood. Unless you go to one of the festivals, which are heavily planned and highly successful. In other news, have you ever wondered what I would look like if I was crushed under a giant fist? Announcing ice cream sandwich U2s. Translating my 2D design into a 3D design was something that I didn't think was gonna work out, but look at how good this turned out. There's a giveaway going on over at icecreamsandwich.u2s.com. If you complete more of the steps in the giveaway, there's a higher chance of you winning the giveaway. U2s only sell for a limited amount of time and then are gone forever, so if you want to pick up one of these dorks, head over to u2s.com right now. Drop date is November 20th, 12 p.m. PST. Thank you for watching this channel. Thank you for supporting this channel. It means a lot to me. So, thank you. And give you a little kiss. No! Like most kids growing up, I had a lot of help on my Halloween costumes. And I'm coming to realize that any costume that I wore and was good was made by my mom. You got the cowboy, a classic. Clown, another classic. An eldritch blood god from a different dimension named Daniel. Another classic. But also, like most kids growing up, the time came when I wanted to make my own costume. I felt like it was my turn to take the wheel, and I wanted to build my costume, top to bottom. I wanted to earn my trick-or-treating candy. So naturally, I dressed up as a cardboard box. There were a lot of Halloweens that I took part in, and there were a lot of doors that I trick-or-treated at. And through all of those years, I think that my box costume takes the cake for worst costume. Like ever. That's a real thing I did. I found a box, I put it on, and I thought I was a genius. I think I was trying to be funny, but there was zero effort in that costume. Nothing witty done. No references to anything. Oh, what are you? I'm a box. Oh, like Minecraft? Nope, just a box. Candy, please. Do you think that this kind of costume deserves candy? I mean, you are legally required to give me candy. Candy, please. He's right, Jennifer. Give him the candy. Yeah, I'm disappointed too. Needless to say, I think I wasted my trick-or-treat years. If I could go back, I think I would do a lot of things differently. Like, I have ideas now, better than just, you know, a box. For example, I thought of this costume the other day. So everybody now knows of the video game sensation Fortnite, and that costume is probably going to be all over the streets. It's not hard. You have the vest, maybe a little blue glitter liquid in a jar, grab some cardboard for a gun, bing, bang, boom, there you go. But imagine welding together some kind of crane type operation that you can wheel around. And you clamp the kid onto this with some string and a crank, and you crank him up. And when you arrive at the trick-or-treater house, somebody goes up, rings the bell, and you lower them down. And they hold a parachute above their head like they're parachuting down in the game. Huh? Pretty slick, right? Like, stuff like that I would like to do. That would be crazy impressive. Like, if you came to my place in that as a costume, I would just give you the rest of the candy that I have. Sorry, I just gave all my candy to that other kid. Do you see his costume? Anyway. Do you guys want this empty bowl? I suppose I still have opportunities to dress up all fancy. Like, I still go to Halloween parties. I don't know. It also feels like a lot of work, so maybe I'll just dress up as a box or something. I'm so lazy with Halloween. My whole life, my mom made all of the good costumes and also the decorations. The spookiest thing that I have around here is this half-dead plant. I should really water that. Yeah, I gotta... I have to step in my game, I think. For the sake of all things spooky, in the name of all the costumes made for me, and to make up for all the costumes that I made, I need to properly celebrate Halloween. I need to save Halloween, and I know exactly how I'm gonna do it.
There we go. This is it. I'm finally doing it. Here's our boy, ready to be decorated for the good of Halloween. I've seen this done a million times before, so I think that I know what I'm doing, and we can get started right away. We did it. We pulled it off. We made a huge mess.
Thanks for watching my Halloween video. I have a Twitter. I have comics. I've got a sub button. Should we talk about the 200K subs thing? That was really sudden. I mean, like, you guys... Oh. Who's that? Oh, hello. Are you another sub? Oh, come on. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah, you guys really came out of nowhere. There's like tons of you now. I really appreciate you giving me the time of day and all that. Yeah. So, anyway, I should just put you with the rest of them. So in light of the most recent Blizzard Overwatch cinematic, I want to talk a little bit about Soldier 76 and his lore.
The cinematic was fine as a standalone, but things get better if you know what's going on behind the scenes, aka
The lore.
on the surface, Soldier 76 is your run-of-the-mill hero. Nothing too cool or flashy about him, but he's just good at what he does, which is kill it. Like when I first saw him, I was like, whatever, you know, you got your cool visor thing, big gun, blow-up gun, healing, you know, it's just normal stuff. He's like, I mean, like you see him in the tutorial, he's literally the starting character of the game. So that gives off really basic vibes. So when most people are looking at Soldier 76, they think, whatever, nothing special, no spice. Especially when looking at the cinematic, you're like, okay, he's shooting, pew pew, pow pow, beat up bad guys, whatever, what's going on? But let's look a little bit into his background, so we can see how Blizzard puts the cool in subtlety. Suculbity. That didn't work. This guy was your classic hard-working American man. At 18, he wanted to join the military. He wanted to go fight for a while and then come back and then work on a farm. He's pretty, still pretty run-of-the-mill. But because he was so good and stuff, like good at shooting and whatever, the military was like, hey, hold up, don't go home yet, because we got some things to talk to you about. And they got him in some kind of soldier enhancement program. I mean, at this point, we're pretty much skirting on Captain America territory. Your normal American hard-working man wants to join the military and serve his country, but he's too good at what he does, or he's got like a lot of passion, and so they make him into a really good one. Whatever. This soldier enhancement program that Soldier 76 was put through made him like really strong, really fast. He's basically perma-buffed. So this Omnic crisis was going on, and him and a couple of other augmented soldiers went and tried to go fight them, and that was, you know, that was going on, whatever. Eventually, Overwatch was formed, and a lot of the augmented soldiers joined that force. Overwatch. This included two important characters, Morrison, Soldier 76, and Gabriel Reyes, also known as Reaper. So Soldier 76 and Reaper became good old buddies. They kind of hung out all the time, you know, friends. They liked each other, like killing people, and they liked each other, and, you know, they got along pretty easily because of that. Reyes ended up being the leader of Overwatch in the beginning, but after a period of time, Morrison took the lead. People loved him. He was great, like, seriously, Captain America material. Can't be hated. Super hot. He got all the goods. Pretty much because he was the perfect leadership material, the UN made him the first official commander. And Reyes got demoted. This pissed off Reyes. Like, that's kind of it. Like, Reyes is like, nah, I don't want to be the best that there ever was. And after Overwatch being a thing for a while and the Omnic crisis not being a thing for a while, people got kind of pissed at Overwatch because it was whatever. Who was watching the Watchmen or something. After a bunch of allegations towards Overwatch, they pretty much fell apart, and Reyes comes in and rebels against Overwatch. Him and Reyes and Morrison fight, and they get into a big old fight. Oh no, I broke one. So long story short, the Overwatch facilities blew up and everybody thought they were dead. Specifically, Morrison, Soldier 76. But you see, Morrison's body was never recovered from the scene. So everybody thought he was dead, but really, he just ran away. So like a couple of years later, things are going down. A couple of crappy corporations like Comcast and stuff are getting attacked by somebody called Soldier 76. Nobody really knows the real name of this Soldier 76, but we know, dear viewer and I, we know what's going on. It's Morrison. It's been Morrison all along, acting as some kind of vigilante against the bad peeps of the world to help out the good peeps. Or it's like something personal. I actually don't know that much. So people who ran into this dude were like, gosh, he's so fast, he's so strong. It's like he was trained in the military or something. And then like the military did some science experiments on him, and that was really that could have made him really strong or something. Kind of like Captain America, but it was for another guy in a video game. Suspicious. Hey, did we ever find that body of that Morrison guy? So this part of the story is like pretty cool. You know, his lore is kind of interesting. He's got like this background where he interacts with other Overwatch characters, and he's like the leader and stuff, and he's like, everybody loves him. Basically, seriously, Captain America. But the point isn't that the lore alone is cool. The point is that when you're considering the lore while looking at other things relating to Soldier 76. For example, in the cinematic, he's like, oh, it's hard to kick old habits. When he saves that little girl, it's because he's like, because he used to be a good guy, and now he's like a vigilante that only punishes the good, I mean bad, but does nothing for the good. But he still can't shake that habit because he's like used to be a really good guy, so, you know, that's actually pretty cool. In the cinematic, if you were just watching it without knowing the lore, you'd be like, oh, it's just Soldier 76, he's beating up some bad guys. But now, you're like, oh, he's beating up bad guys because vigilante because he thought he was dead, and now he's like working on his own, and you know, these guys. It's really cool. And she's like, oh, hey, you're one of those heroes, aren't you? And he's like, not anymore. But now you're like, oh, it's gay. I know why. It's like super cool. I love that they did that. Like, Blizzard could have been super obvious about it and just did his lore, but in video cinematic format. But instead, they told this story that hinted towards his lore. It was still entertaining for anybody who didn't know the lore, but it was extra juicy for people who did. And it's not only the cinematic, it's in-game stuff too. Like, here's a specific favorite one of mine. When McCree kills Soldier 76 in the game, he says, "Thought I saw a ghost." Because he used to be, like, dead, or people thought. And that, like, gives it so much more meaning. I think the sniper, Black Widow, like, when she kills him, Soldier 76, she's like, "All legends must fall." Because he's, I mean, you get it. Or, like, when May kills him, like, May kills Soldier 76, she's like, amazing. Because May is the best, and nobody should question that. Anyway, that about sums up everything. Soldier 76, neat guy, but way better when you know the lore. I hope Blizzard continues to expand on the lore of this game, because it's really, really cool and very interesting. I'm super into it. Really looking forward to more of their stuff. I hope you cuties like this video. I'm working on another video right now. I hope to get that one out like next week-ish. See you then. Peace.
Chicken.
Hi.
Subscribe. Thankfully, I didn't die. People, by nature, are inventive. Even you have the capacity to imagine things that could change the world. Observe.
A hat that produces more hats, which in turn produce more hats that can produce more hats. I would invent a mouth-seeking pretzel launcher, a sandwich, more ice cream sandwich merch, a peanut ball 2.0, hot ice cubes, thought/dream to video converter, depression-powered car.
Whee! Speaking of inventions, have you heard of today's sponsor? NordVPN is a virtual private network that helps you protect yourself online. You guys remember when TikTok was almost banned? A VPN can help you get around certain region-blocked content so you can do whatever you want online. Using a VPN encrypts your browsing activity so no one knows who you are or where you're going. NordVPN can be used as an ad blocker. Get out of here.
They have super fast service in 60 different countries.
I use VPNs when I want to get to content that's region locked. For example, there's only some Netflix shows that you can watch in France. Where are you from? France. Okay, you're good. Use promo code Ice Cream Sandwich to get 68% off a 2-year plan plus 1 additional month for free. Thanks NordVPN for sponsoring this video. NordVPN, thumbs up. I think it's absolutely mind-boggling that the best technology we had at some point was something so basic we didn't even give it a second thought, like the wheel. And now we have technology so amazing, people from 300 years ago would think it was sent by God, like Minecraft. Once we got agriculture down, things started going off. I'm talking paper, theater, swords, cars, planes, computers, and before you know it, people started doing amazing things. We got to the moon. We weren't supposed to do that. Humans can't even fly, let alone escape Earth's gravitational pull, but all the smart people got together and were like, nah, I'm doing it anyway. I've always been interested in that kind of thing. Innovation and inventions. Ever since I was a kid, I watched Bill Nye. I had all the science experiment books. I had it all. I even met Bill Nye himself. There I am. Right there, that's me. I even got the signature. Learning about all the things that people invented in the past and in the present, and how anybody has the ability to imagine and invent whatever they want inspired me. One day I went into my dad's workshop filled with determination to create something. Wood, nails, rubber bands, and with a little ingenuity, I created garbage. I remember I meant it to be a card swiping machine, but it was just wood that you could put a card into, and it had no practical use. More modern art than modern science. I learned an important lesson that day. Oh, I have to be smart to make stuff. Oh, that's a bummer. I still like to watch YouTube videos about cool inventions that are being made, or Michael Reeves terrorizing his friends. But I also learned what I'm good at, which is, I would say, to stare at whatever the heck this is and go, yeah, I get it. That is to say, I thrive with creative challenges rather than technical ones. In contrast, if I look at a math problem that looks more like a demon's hex than algebra, it would boggle my mind to such an extent that I would just cease to exist. I'm more of an idea man anyway. That's the ideal job for me right there. I get great ideas all the time. Here's a couple, you could just have a couple freebies for you. A dog petting machine so your dog doesn't get lonely. A me petting machine so I don't get lonely. A tattoo machine that works like a printer. Only frosting Oreos. Big corn dog. A popcorn bag that you break like a glow stick and then it makes your popcorn. Joy-Cons without drift. How hard is that? RGB dishware. If you need any more good ideas, let me know. Here's my card. Hey, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. This one was kind of short, but it was fun to make. I just kind of wanted to ramble about whatever. Thank you for helping me with the tweet part of the video. That was my favorite part to animate, so thank you. If you haven't subbed yet, doors are open. Welcome to all the new subs. Make yourself at home. I have a Fanta if you want. I only have one, but we can share. Think of the best place you can get an amazing slice of pizza. Just the best, juiciest, most delicious slice you could think of. Where on earth is that slice? That's right.
Italy.
New York. It's New
It's
York.
Italy.
Dude, shut up. Recently, Kelly and I set up a trip to go see friends in New York. This is Kelly, by the way. I don't think I've introduced her to you yet. Kelly, meet subscribers. Subscribers, meet Kelly. We're gonna go see friends. It's very exciting. Yet there was one thing I had on my mind for this trip. Pizza. I see in media all over the place. Hey, New York slice this, New York slice that. I'm walking here. So I created this image in my head. I'm like, wow, New York slice pizza must be like the best pizza ever. And now I am landing in a place where that pizza is. So the day comes around, we're ready to fly, but as luck would have it, our flight is canceled due to weather. But good news is that there was another flight with a little detour to Chicago that could still get us there the same day. So we get to the airport, but bad news is that pesky little weather problem comes rearing its ugly head once more. And normally that's not a problem, but our connecting flight would then take off before the first one lands, and then we would just miss it. I was feeling a little spicy, so I said, Kelly, if we go and lose the bet, then we're just stuck in Chicago, and we grab a hotel, get some room service, and party like we're stuck in Chicago with no responsibilities, because that's literally what would be happening. Or we go, somehow the second flight also gets delayed, we go to New York, and we're back on track to get exactly what we wanted in the first place. That's a win-win. Life is short, you know? You gotta be crazy sometimes, make bad decisions. So we did. So we're on the plane, it takes off. The flight went fine. There was no peanuts, though. How am I expected to survive and thrive in these conditions? We land and our second flight is delayed, but it's on the other side of the airport. It's leaving in like 45 minutes and we're on the back of the plane. So we have to run. And while we're running through the airport, we're like taking wrong directions, getting lost. Kelly's bag actually bursts open. Oh God! And when we finally find our gate, we're actually 20 minutes early. And then some guy laughed at me. Turns out we didn't need to run at all. I was sweaty, tired, embarrassed, but you know, I didn't care. Pizza's on the way. I feel great. And the trip isn't even over yet. The plane had even more complications, if you can believe it. But hold on, I need to be somewhere. I'll be right back. This video is sponsored by Keeps. You ever wish that you could get your life together? Yeah, same. Anyway, on an unrelated note, Keeps is a subscription service that delivers hair loss treatment to your door. You might be thinking, and I say, yeah. Good question. All Keeps treatment plans are doctor recommended and delivered straight to your door at about half the cost of a traditional pharmacy. Also, Keeps has an award-winning all-natural thickening shampoo and conditioner system that makes your hair strong and robust. Keeps has a network of medical advisors, prescribers, and care specialists that you can contact, and they can support you with whatever hair goals you may have. Several people who have witnessed users of Keeps have survived. Here's what they have to say. They had great hair. Hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off on your first order, go to keeps.com/ice cream sandwich or click the link in the description. That's KEEPS.com/ice cream sandwich. keeps. Buy keeps today, and I'll let you keep your life. So we get on this next plane, the connecting plane. We couldn't leave for an extra 40 minutes because of the bad weather that had happened before. And there was discussion from the captain. He's like, hey, guys, if we fly out tonight, we might just land in DC. Which, you know, not what I paid for, but I guess it is the preferable option, all things considering. Eventually, things cleared up. He's like, okay, let's go. But then there was like a shift change in the pull crew, so nobody was present to move the plane to the tracks runway. So we were just stuck. Like, this whole trip just to get to New York was exhausting. Eventually, the plane flies in New York. The turbulence wasn't too bad. We do land alive. After we land, we try to take a taxi and almost get scammed because I was too tired to realize there was just some random guy trying to charge people several times higher than actual taxi rates to drive people into the city. But then we got suspicious and just went on a normal taxi. It's 3 a.m. We get to the apartment and we are beat to the bone. But you know what? Pizza's on the horizon. So the following day, immediately, the first thing I see when I get outside, we see a lizard on a leash. There's people everywhere, and everybody's hot. It's insane. The most I can dress up is like a shirt, maybe break out my nice jeans if we're really going out. But the people in New York, they're like two ends of this fashionable spectrum. They're either fashionable gods that just walked off the runway, or they just like got run over, which can also be considered fashionable. Generally, wherever you walk in New York, you're walking over trash, but then you turn to your right and it's the most pristine, pure store that you've ever seen. It was the most contrasting place I've ever been in my life. There was no middle ground for anything. But all in all, I'm really charmed by New York. And it took a couple days after we arrived, but we think after a day of touring, maybe let's get some drinks and then go eat that pizza. Get that New York slice. And I'm ready for it. We find this pizza place, almost literally a hole in the wall. And it's everything I imagined. There was this good amount of wear and tear, no door, and no wider than two people laid sideways. Look at the signage on this thing. I immediately fell in love. I got myself 2 slices and a Dr. Pepper, and the wait is finally over. I finally get to take my bite. Let me explain this flavor to you. The cheese tasted stale. There was a subtle hint of cardboard in every bite. And do I sense a hint of came out of the oven 20 minutes ago? And by golly, is that 10 times my daily salt intake? And all that sounds pretty bad. But I am dead serious when I say that was one of the best slices I have ever had. Think about it. Has food tasted better after you've been eating a lot of it or after a great amount of effort? And so, like, I guess what I'm trying to say, it's not really about the destination. It really is about the friends you make along the way. Nah, I'm just kidding. I just really like salt.
Hey, you ever heard of honey?
Could you do that a little less seductive?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
Just read it normally. Have you ever been shopping online and thought to yourself, I wish I had a free online shopping tool that automatically finds the best promo codes and applies them to my cart? Well, Honey is a free online shopping tool that automatically finds the best promo codes and applies them to your cart. Get the best deals on over 30,000 well-known stores such as Best Buy, Sephora, Ulta. Cocaine from the guy behind this recording studio. That one's a lie, don't say that. Honey is free and easy to install with just 2 clicks. One over here, another over here. That's easier than doing a backflip. Don't try to do a backflip. You're gonna get hurt. No, I can do it. Honey is loved by everyone with over 100,000 5-star ratings on the Google Chrome store.
Honey, good.
Need a chair? I know I do. With Honey, it's easy to pick one up with great savings. Oh my god. That's really good. How much does Honey cost? You just said it was free. Not having Honey is literally passing up free money. Follow this link to start saving now.
Joinhoney.com/ice-cream-sandwich.
Say it normally or we don't pay you. That's joinhoney.com/ice-cream-sandwich. Thank you, Honey, for sponsoring this video. You ever been on an obstacle course that's full of mud? Well, if you need anything to do on the weekend, I rank that 10 out of 10 on this ranking system I just made up. It's actually really fun. Kelly and I just went last week, and it is fun. Rewind 6 months ago. Kelly and I are talking. She's like, let's do a mud run. And I said, yeah, even though this isn't something I would normally want to do, because I don't like messy things. Like Nickelodeon slime. Yeah, woo! I love this. I love this. I'm having fun and loving this. It's so fun. But I did it anyway. Turns out doing stuff out of your comfort zone is fun. Because now look at me. I'm like a salesman at your doorstep trying to sell you mud runs. Mud. If you've never been in a mud run, this is what it's like. Apparently, there's two kinds of mud runs. One that's competitive and people actually try to win. And the one that I went to, which is for casuals. You just go at your own pace. You could just walk. You could just sit in the mud. You could leave and go home.
See you later.
After the race starts, you see a lot of your run-of-the-mill obstacles. A wall, you gotta get over that. Monkey bars, a muddy pool of water full of mud and water, and pee-pee. And there was also a tire flip, but this one was on a hill, so it made flipping the tire really hard and dangerous. But it's a mud run. There's lawless land over here. It's lawless. It's without law. Kelly and I at this point were having a lot of fun, but thank God that this was a casual mud run because I could not do any of the upper body strength things. Like monkey bars. I could never do those when I was a kid. And that translated into now where I still couldn't do them. And it ruined my arms. I think I completed about one of the obstacles. Moving on. The rest of the race was mostly long paths of running with just a couple of wooden beams sprinkled around that you had to get over. Woo! Some of the running left the main money area and went into the woods, which I was a little worried about because there was lots of rocks and roots and it was really steep. I don't know. I've heard of stories where people just trip and they hit their head weird and then they stop living. I didn't want to fall and hit my head weird and then become part of the obstacle course. But hey, that's the name of the game. Baby, danger, obstacles, racing, mud. Thankfully, I didn't die. Kelly and I ran for a while, walked for a while. This part of the race was hard because I was tired. I find it really hard to run for a long time when you have 5 pounds of mud on each foot. Oh, to be young and full of energy. Also old and full of energy. The last part of the race was really, really steep and really, really muddy. They made it the muddiest part of the race. I mean, just standing in place, you would slide. At the bottom of the steep hill was another large pool of water that you had to swim through. After all the mud that you just ran through, you'd be really messy. So this one was so you could clean off, wash off all the gunk. Then there was a really tall thing that I'm surprised nobody fell from and sued the place. And then there was the finish line. And everybody got a medal and a t-shirt. And it was really fun. I was surprised that I had a good time because I'm not a guy that likes messy stuff, but I had a good time. And I recommend it to anybody who's like bored, you're not motivated, just watching like stupid garbage on YouTube. Go to a mud run. Yeah, try it out. You might like it. And Kelly and I treated ourselves to a race well completed with McDonald's. We did it. That's a winner's meal. Is that a mud run? Okay. Last time I did something that was really out of my character was dance ensemble. I don't like being on stage, and I can't dance, but I did it. And I had a lot of fun. And then I did it again. If I were to take anything away from this, just try things that you don't want to do, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun! I have a little bit of news to tell you. If you're thankful for 1 million people subscribing to your channel and you know it, clap your hands. 1 million subscribers. Isn't that something? I don't have to tell you that 1 million is a big number. I don't have to tell you that this channel is larger than 93 countries on Earth. I don't have to tell you that this channel is 43,000 people larger than Djibouti. And I don't have to tell you that if we went to war with Djibouti, we would have a strategic advantage. So I won't. But I will tell you that I'm thankful. All of this is happening at a pretty busy time in my life, so it really came out of nowhere. You've been patient with me and helped me achieve something I actually never thought would happen in my life. I'm lucky to have you. And if there's one thing I want to say to you guys, it's this. Thanks.
I love joy! And what about you, dear viewer? Are you privy to joy and frolic? The past couple of videos that I did on this channel have been kind of negative, which is great for humor. Complaining to me is funny. I'm in pain.
Classic.
But I want to lighten the mood a little bit around here. Life is full of merriment, and we should enjoy it. Whee! Whee! So I compiled a list of the top tier things that induce joy. For me. Are you ready to feel delight, glee, jubilation? I'm running out of synonyms for joy. There have been days that I've been in terrible, horrible moods, but then my dog comes to see me and I start to magically feel way better. I don't know what kind of magic they're made of, but I feel like a dog's presence can heal anything. Do dogs radiate happiness in like the same way that nuclear waste is radioactive? How dogs radiate joy comes down to a top 3 reasons. First, you know that when they stick out their tongues when they're sleeping really hard? That's super cute. Look at that. That one too. This is cartoonishly cute. When I sleep normally without my tongue out, so I don't look very cute when I sleep. But if I did sleep with my tongue out, 2, when they rest their heads on you and cuddle, better than anything I've ever experienced. If Rhea does this as I'm laying down, then it doesn't matter what's happening around me. I can't move. She's sleeping. I'm just stuck.
Are you stealing my stuff?
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? I mean, I would normally... No. 3, they got a beautiful, charming smile. Other animals also smile, like monkeys, but their smile is really freaky. That doesn't make me feel joy, and it freaks me out a little bit. This does make me feel joy, and it's really cute. These are just some of the top reasons I think dogs are great. There's tons of other reasons too, like when they sniff your ears, when they're resting their head on you and they wiggle their head a little bit to get more cozy. That little side eye thing that they do. Like, bro, we know each other. It's me. It's, you know, I feed you dinner every night. This guy. He's hilarious. Dogs firmly earn themselves on the list that make life worth it. Now, the next thing that brings me joy. This video is sponsored by NordVPN. When you want to browse the internet, you want to do it safely, and you want to eliminate any threats while doing so. Huh? Oh, me? I'm just eliminating this guy who wants to collect my data using NordVPN. You got the wrong guy. Well, what do you expect me to do about it? One time last week, I was just minding my own business when I ran into malicious ads Alex and nasty malware Mandy, who were looking for some trouble. Luckily, I had NordVPN for protection. I think you know by now that you can install NordVPN on any device that you want. So I went ahead and cut out all the busy work for you and installed it on all of your devices while you were sleeping. Hey, just a heads up, you do this thing when you sleep where you stop breathing. I think you might have sleep apnea. Also, I think you need better locks on your doors. Use code Ice Cream Sandwich Kit NordVPN's 4-year plan plus 2 additional months for free. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Thanks, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video. There is a special secret in the 3 images I'm about to show you. See if you can spot them. 1, 2, and 3. You wanna know what it is? This is from the show Arcane, where the creators purposely made every circular thing a little misshapen. Irises, windows, except the hex gem here is perfectly circular. That's so creative! This fills me with joy. I love small, like, Easter eggs and details in media like that. Whoa, is that a cool detail in this enjoyable, high-effort piece of media that I learned after the fact? This is like if you see a marble statue and you're like, wow, that's great. And then notice the sculpture also included fingerprints, a detail most people wouldn't even notice. Suddenly that statue seems a lot more cool and impressive. Like in the show, did you catch that? Wait a second. Who here hasn't seen Arcane? Did you catch that Victor in the past couldn't keep up with his toy boat, but in the future he could? They didn't need to do that. Mwah! Amazing detail! That's what you get when you put true professionals of the craft in the driver's seat. If you think about it, it kind of reminds me of my animations. La 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 la. It's like in Severance, the color red means something. Or in Spider-Verse, Miles is animated on a different frame rate until he gains confidence and grows into the role of Spider-Man. I'm not like attentive enough to notice these things usually. They often go over my head. Even when people like introduce their names to me, things go over my head. I'm Andy, what's your name? I'm going to listen to their name. I'm going to remember it. I'm going to repeat it in my head 3 times and then use their name in a sentence after they say it so I'll remember and not forget their name. And I work in accounting, which is why people always think it's funny that that's my name. So normally, details in media will go over my head. But even so, when I learn about them, I love them. That sounded like a slogan for a fast food restaurant. McDonald's, I love them. So yeah, details in media fills me with joy. Yeah. Okay. Man, this party is so lame. Don't worry, I brought a little something to spice things up. It might feel like low-hanging fruit to say snacks bring me joy in life, but think about it for a second. Back in the day, you know, when people were peasants or something, they didn't get snacks like we do. What a wonderful time it is to be alive at the same time as Oreos. I don't know what kind of gruel peasants ate back whenever, but I know it isn't cheese-blasted goldfish. Sucks for them. Not only that, but these days you can just make your own snacks too. I've been making marshmallows myself as a hobby, and I can just do that. If you wanted to do that like even 50 years ago, you probably had to go to like the library and read. Who's even literate these days? Fun fact, there's a stage when making marshmallows that smells like wet dog. It's weird. Trust the process because eventually it's delicious. There's a lot to criticize about the future and the state of the world these days, and even snacks themselves. So sometimes I have to remind myself to be grateful for snacks, even if they are sometimes freaky and bad. I cannot imagine a world where snacks do not fill me with joy. Girl Scout cookies, banger. Stovetop popcorn, banger. Pop-Tarts, banger. Gushers, banger. Boba, banger. Scooby-Doo gummies, specifically the ethereal blue one. Really good. Ice cream sandwiches, amazing. And fruit by the foot. When I was in 4th grade, me and my friend Tyler would roll them up super tight after eating them and then extend them to make them look like cigars. And then we would just pretend to smoke. Long day. Yeah, it's a good memory of mine. I can't imagine living in a world without snacks. Like, imagine being a plant. They can never experience the bliss that is a ring pup. Wearable snacks make me feel alive. And then they get sunlight. Ooh, yummy photons. Yeah, okay, buddy. I can do that too. All of these things are to say, snacks, yeah, snacks are great on their own, but there is one thing that makes snacks even greater, and that's storm. Bro, are you serious? There's something that is so amazing and cozy about storms. I'm not sure why it is. Why do I feel extra cozy inside away from storms when I feel regular, normal inside away from not storms? I don't know. A cozy storm is the cherry on top to a lazy day. Either when it's raining and I get to hear the rain on the inside, or when it's snowing and everything is covered in big fluffy snow. There are obviously storms that I do not find cozy, like tornadoes, for what I think are obvious reasons. I believe there is a prime and perfect way to enjoy a cozy storm. First, I get one of these things. My aunt made it for me. It's like a mix between a hoodie and a blanket, which is great because blankets fall off your shoulders when you're trying to do things, and hoodies aren't that cozy. So it's the perfect in-between. Then I get on the couch, get Rhea in there, obviously, get a snack and a movie or a show. And if I really want to max out on dopamine, then I'll play a game. All of that, then throw in the pitter-patter of rain. What could possibly make this moment any better?
Hey guys, what's up?
Hatsune Miku! Snowstorms are also great. Oh no, I have to stay inside with a hot cup of chocolate and wait to storm in a cozy blanket? Big fan of storms. Love them. Yeah, the things I'm about to say don't really have a category, but fall under the umbrella of the little things. The smell of autumn, sizzling bacon, opening a pop can, heist movies, and bug music. These things, among many others, are the little things in life. It's not gonna make your week, it's not gonna make your day, but they are the cherry on top that if you stop and spend time to recognize, they fill you with joy as well. What is that? It's pure joy, the very essence of happiness. I must have it. No, it's too dangerous. Let's see here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Yep. And you next time stick to the script and don't consume the pure essence of joy and happiness. Worth it. I siphoned the creative spirit from the ether, and I thought, ooh, you know what? I've never had French fry pizza. A human garbage can. You might not be able to keep me from breaking and entering. The closer we can get to stopping a horse's heart, the better.
Do you need to access the dark web?
Chicken. It's just the essence of bad in my mouth. One sinful abomination. Ooh, what's this? It's mushroom pizza.
Can we work on our phrasing a little or provide context?
Infinite knowledge. Do I need to be worried about what's in this box?
Is that thing?
Hey, shush. Ew, don't touch me with that!
Depression-powered car.
Whee!
Why would you do that? Hey, baby, it's just me, Tony. How you doing, Tony? How you doing? Good to see you, Tony. Good to see you. What's going on up here? Tony's here.
Focus. I'd like to say that or movement.
Oh no!
Where's the guy in charge here? Tony's here. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Good to see you. Tony's good to see you. Hey, what's going on up here?
This one feels sticky.
Here's a Band-Aid. No! Thanks for watching.
This tube needs to go in your butt. And this is your brain on ADHD. I only speak American. And I think it's the fox.
Tony's here. Hey, Tony, I haven't seen him forever, Tony. Tony.
Ruined my arms.
Hi, do you want to subscribe?
Is this safe?
And now, I'm tall. Stupid garbage on YouTube.
Mom.
Why does the pig look like that? Where's the justice? Is it here? No. Maybe here? Nope. So we're on the plane. It takes off. Without a fight, baby. Wear a mask. Look at my eyes. One sword, please. A human garbage can. Help you self-destruct. Talk to you. Watching you. Ah! There goes this new song I just learned.
It's not allowed.
And basement. Some girl gets hit in the head with a food tray.
And suddenly, I am holding a bomb.
To smash that subscribe. Everybody's hot. But when information enters my mind, it just... I can get around and over and through.
Oh, guys, stop. Use promo code Ice Cream Sandwich to get NordVPN's 2-year plan plus 4 extra months for free.
Yo, catch!
How junior high school science classes go.
You regularly make new friends. Hope you're doing well, you know, with whatever's going on out there. Perfect selfie.
A terrible feeling. It's also really salty. You need to go to the bathroom.
Or am I crazy? I am crazy. Today. Get out of here! Get away from my house! VPNs are a great way to achieve that. Watch.
See?
What makes my heart rate go up? Oh my god! Got to the moon. We weren't supposed to do that.
When I think of fear, it's flying.
NordVPN saved my marriage. Well, only if you pay me, so.
Butter people.
Mud, I'm in danger.
Hey, this guy pees in pools. You give me that.
Give me the pool noodle.
Bad. Even if fear is sometimes annoying,
I'm a box. Ooh, a squirrel. Ooh, a ladybug. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ah! Michael Reeves terrorizing his friends. I learned how to play the xylophone. No, I think I'm actually doing pretty good.
get on the ground.
And give you a little kiss. No! My chemicals! Superhero.
Spinny door go spinny wee wee wee.
I don't really watch sports. So it turns out your boy has ADHD. Who would have guessed?
I think that I know what I'm doing, and we can get started right away.
So naturally, I dressed up as a cardboard box. Any errands? Butterflies in my stomach. Yo!
Because now birds can eat them.
Put you with the rest of them. I'm alive these days. Anyway, wood, nails, rubber bands, and with a little ingenuity, I created garbage. Am I gonna be in trouble? All right, bye. Cucumber nimbus.
Dad was
Actually lowers and raises on a platform.
Burden than a function of survival.
Pizza.
It was like that, but on the inside.
That wasn't the only time I went to the principal's office. Just above your very head. Hey. And look at my brain. Oh, God. Very useful in a zombie apocalypse. Hi. Oh, my goodness.
I'm 30.
A homemade security system? Open your third eye. Focus. What do you see? We see a lizard on a leash. This guy's kind of weird. We could not find the chicken. Where was the chicken? Stop! And guess what I did? Society peaked when GameCube had tiny discs, strong and robust. Bye! Congratulations. You know.
Magic!
Well, what are you gonna do with that there, Brock? Where's my can of whoop ass? I have a juicy booty. I have a juicy booty. Then it would be true.
Speed.
Yeah! Clearly not. But getting around places would also be great. Salt. Why is that real? I could be melting from the inside out. Come here. The worst thing possible. You might be thinking, because what they really craved was violence. Give me that.
Thought it was a lot of fun.
Hey!
Bulky, ominous men sitting on buckets in a circle staring at me.
Come on!
Beechwood lavender.
Blow inside of me and kill me. Plants and animals don't die while he's gone.
Your friends, your family, your neighbor's dog.
Imagine me, but small. Balls. So I went outside to go meet them. Oh, a piece of candy. I suck every day. Sprinkled around that you had to get over. Woo! My God! I was all animal. Corn dog. Corn without the dog. Actually bursts open. Oh God! Minecraft in my bed. Hello? Yes, there's someone in my bed. It was Minecraft. Hello? 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 Huh? Huh? Pretty slick, right? The cons. Keeps does not make you explode. That was unrelated. Hey. Hold on one second. Which isn't always the case for everybody. How are you doing? Hey, don't touch those. I need those for the video. You are to sit here and watch and accept all my opinions as fact. Stop. You mean? Dad, I'm walking here. You're also responsible for dodging all of these spike balls.
And I think fear is just a little more annoying than it is helpful in most parts of my life.
Smaller, aerodynamic, wiggly. Half court. What do you say? You don't know what that is? What it specifically define a premonition dream? But there's only one way to find out. Let me go and get my foot x-rayed. If I find somebody that I make friends with, I'm happy.
Rival.
Yeah, a little more. Always get a professional diagnosis if you suspect anything. And
I think this is a drug trade and I just interrupted their meeting.
Back, you witch!
what? It's just a card? Dangerous. Yeah. Bad at the whole game. But there's no sponsorship segments in this video. Crazy. No. Well, how about not that?
Hey, does it seem really bright out here to you guys?
Nana purple.
Whoa, God. I almost dropped my phone.
I think in your dreams, and we can hang out, but I will not stop farting. And see if something's wrong with that. Protect yourself online.
And didn't tell us what was about to happen?
My body is wiggly. I said, come on.
Just let me go get my cereal.
No, I can do it. Nah, I'm doing it anyway. Krista? Krista? Doggy door. Dog. You got this, Andy. Yes, thank you. We're separated because of pig drama. NordVPN flowers from your secret Valentine. Me.
Get up on the top and...
What does this look like, a buffalo to you?
I need to be right back. I gotta go get it.
And there are some foods that make you feel like, could make it worse. Worse!
Wow, that's a big spider. Oh my God. Why do we have to work all the time? I want to sleep.
If you want to ship drugs, don't. Falling downstairs. More corn dogs for me. See you later. So last summer, I kind of became an Italian farmer. Unexpectedly. I am from the city, and I don't really know anything about plants or animals. But this opportunity came about when I was talking to a friend who had another friend who had a farm in Italy. He was looking for people to farm sit while he was away so that his plants and animals don't die while he's gone, which makes sense. My friend just kind of passively was talking about this. I'm like, oh man, that kind of sounds fun. Well, if you want to come, feel free. You just got to get to Italy. This is something I never am going to do. I'm never going to have a farm. I'm never going to invest in my own pigs or cows. In this moment, I knew that I kind of had to say yes because I wanted to know what it's like. Plus, both my parents grew up on a farm, by the way. So I think I have a little farmer DNA in me. It called to me in some kind of way. So I took up the offer and I made my way to Italy. So I get there and here's the farm. The house, which is a large house, is situated here. There's a garage. There are 3 dogs, a bunch of chickens, a trampoline, goats, sheep, some pigs who are separated because of pig drama, a bunch of cats, and 2 roosters. So it was a full farm. There was a lot to do. I didn't know how this was gonna go, because again, as a city guy, the hard work I do is at a desk. Could I handle the work? Well, we got a stack of papers of things to do, which was generally like this. Feed the dogs, but separated, and keep an eye on Bo because he tries to eat others' foods. Feed the pigs, but water down their food into a slop, and keep an eye on the big brother pig because he likes to steal his little brother's food. The kitties need their breakfast, but only fill their food up until the bottom of the bowl is filled because they don't always eat the food from the day before. A cup of feed for the chickens and the roosters, scooch some hay for the sheep, the goats will just eat the grass outside. Then, finally, cut up some veggies from the garden and give it to everybody as a breakfast treat. I think this is really gonna work out because I get really stressed about traveling to places where I don't know the language, but in this situation, I'm on a farm with a great view, so I don't have to worry about stepping on any toes and I can just enjoy the beauty of Italy in the backyard of this small farm. But then I start to hear some yelling. Italian yelling. I look around and see it's their neighbor yelling at me, an old Italian woman. I don't know any Italian. I only speak American. So this made me kind of nervous. Does she think we're intruding in her neighbor's home? Is she gonna call the police? Will I get taken away? And what kind of punishments will they subject me to? Maybe they deport me. I don't know. Oh, what's that? You want me to talk about you some more? Well, only if you pay me, so... This video is sponsored by Battle Cats. Do you have the capacity for enjoyment?
Please, give me peace.
Well, I got the game for you. Battle Cats is a game where there are cats. You're their leader, and you're out to conquer the universe. What a normal game. In Battle Cats, you are to use your wide variety of cats in your cat army to face very normal-looking enemies that do not induce fever dreams. Maybe you will conquer the universe with this adorable little baby, or this adorable little baby. The choice is yours. Battle Cats combat is easy to learn. You simply take over the world by having enough money, kind of like the real world. Once you have enough money, you get a cat, and you're off to the races. Meow meow, take it! Enjoy tons of seasonal stages and special rare capsule sets appearing into the start of the new year, and get some awesome heroes for free with a Christmas gift or rare ticket on December 24th and 25th. Download Battle Cats on iOS or Android for free using the link in the description or this QR code. Unless you're watching this on a phone, you can't use it then. Then you have to use the description link, silly little man. Battle Cats, thanks for sponsoring this video. So this old lady was yelling something, and also her dogs were acting like they were ready to feast on my blood. I just kind of wanted to ignore it, but she persisted, and I can't really just sit there pretending like I don't hear anything, because you can definitely hear something. So I approach, and I'm like, hey, I don't speak any Italian. Oh. And she threw a fig at me. And I realized she was sharing her figs. She was still speaking Italian while I tried to catch all the figs. I thought, what am I gonna do with all these figs? I've never even seen a fig that wasn't a fig Newton. But we were on a farm in Italy. We could use this in a delicious charcuterie board. So I said thank you, and she said something in Italian, and her dog said something that will probably get me demonetized, and we went our separate ways. And we set up to make a charcuterie board. The fig charcuterie board night was part charcuterie, part panic. Using the figs that we just got, we set up a delicious spread, many cheeses and crackers we were just about to enjoy, but then Grace said there's something in the chicken coop. We had access to their security camera around the farm so that we can keep an eye on things when it's nighttime. And Grace saw that on the camera there was a non-chicken shaped entity in the chicken coop. We didn't want to lose any of the chickens, so we ran out to make sure everything was okay and it wasn't a threat. And it wasn't a threat. It was a little baby owl. We were really freaked out that there was gonna be like a bloodbath that we'd have to deal with, but it was okay because the baby owl was just a little baby and he didn't want to hurt anybody. Probably, maybe. Do owls even eat chickens? I don't know. He didn't run at all, and he was actually really sweet and chill. So that was nice. We took him out of the chicken coop, and we put him in the barn loft where there was a bunch of hay, and he could be warm for the night. So I'm thankful that everything worked out, but the trip wasn't completely casualty-less. There was one day, while I'm working on the farm, I see what I thought was a cat in the distance. It's kind of a weird looking cat. This, I would later learn, was not a cat and was the cause of some actual chicken loss. When the night comes around, there's another checklist that we have to go through, and one of the tasks is counting the chickens. We counted the chickens, and there were not enough chickens. We looked for the chicken, and we could not find the chicken. Where was the chicken? We messaged the guy who actually owns the farm, and we're like, hey, we can't find one of the chickens, but the fence is completely closed in. Are we missing something? He mentions that there has been a fox roaming around, and somehow probably got. Poor guy. Rest in peace, little chicken. So time passes, and I see again, hey, that isn't a cat at all, that's a fox. We stare each other down, kind of like that scene in Fantastic Mr. Fox, except this fox was not fantastic, and I didn't like him at all. That night, when we're closing up, we count the chickens and stuff, and we all go to sleep. As I'm drifting off, the dogs start to go ballistic, and I think, it's the fox. I am filled with farmer's determination, and I snap from dreamland into 100% lucidity. I run outside and instinctively grab a pitchfork and sprint towards the chicken coop like RoboCop if he had a different, more rural line of work. I turn the corner and there, Mr. Fantastic himself. There was a fence between me and him. I was battle ready, but I couldn't get to him. So instinct set in, and I did what I could. And the day was won. The fox was gone and the chickens were safe. I think I actually did something there because after that night, he never came back. I also think I was ready to die because that night I dove headfirst into a fox fight with zero fighting experience for some chickens that I've only known for a couple of days. I probably would have gotten really hurt if there was not a fence there. So I'll just pat myself on the back and call it a win. The rest of the experience was great. Italy has pizza. I'm sure that some of you may know that. In one of my previous videos, I talk about how I dislike French fry pizza. Try to make it myself, tasted really bad. Not a good idea. But I had a couple of comments that told me in Italy, it is a thing. It's called American pizza and that I should try it. Well, I was in Italy. Guess what I ordered? American style pizza. And guess what? It was really good. I don't know how they pulled it off. Here, have a taste. Yeah. Tastes good. It's like Italians really know their pizza or something. Anyway, the farming was good. The dogs were lovely. The cats were chill. The goats took care of themselves. The sheep were super freaky. Beautiful scenery. The whole experience was great, and I would certainly go back. Thanks for watching. Thank you to Matt for animating. Matt had a big part of animating this video with me. Everybody clap for Matt. Okay, clap for me. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks again. See you later. Well, hey there, little guy. What you got there, buddy? Broccoli? Well, what are you gonna do with that there broccoli? Food fight! Noun, an instance of people throwing food at one another. Broccoli, pizza, beef, cheese, PBJ, just the P, HAC, JJBLT, BRB, corn dog, corn without the dog. First invented in 1939 by Jeremy M. Beef Food Fight. That's not real. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to here. I hope you're doing well, you know, with whatever's going on out there. Have you ever been in a food fight? There's something so goofy and Disney movie-esque about somebody standing up yelling food fight and everybody joining in without pause. Nobody really wanted to eat pizza because what they really craved was violence. Obviously, that's not how real food fights work. What? Hollywood's not an accurate representation of reality? That's crazy. What are you talking about? It's true, but life's just filled with hard truths like that, you know? Food fights are really disappointing. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. You can try your hardest, do your best, and still fail. Society peaked when GameCube had tiny discs. I have been in one food fight in my life, and while that sounds fun and adventurous, let me tell you that it backfired really bad. It took place back in junior high school, so imagine me, but small. One day my friend Tyler tells me about a rumor he heard about a food fight that's happening later in the week. He tells me to tell everybody I know. Normally a food fight would just fizzle out if not planned properly. So whoever planned this one wanted everybody to know so they would get as many recruits as possible. And that seemed like a pretty good plan. The day of the food fight rolls around. Tyler and I are sitting together during lunch waiting for something to happen. We don't know who's gonna start it. It was like waiting for a jump scare but not knowing when it was gonna happen. Things were tense. I'm nervous. Butterflies in my stomach. But then somebody slams their fist into their food tray, launching food into the air and screams, "Food fight!" This sends everybody into a panic. I turn around and Tyler is gone. There's like 10, maybe 15 people throwing food, but everybody else is trying to make it to the door, and I'm not sticking around either. I start running for the cafeteria exit, but by the time I get there, I'm met with an entire wall of people. Before I can do anything about anything, I'm met with another wall of people directly behind me. Everybody's pushing and shoving, trying to get out. The torrent of people was literally overwhelming, and it was like a sea of people watching me left and right. Food shrapnel rains from above. Some girl gets hit in the head with a food tray. For a moment, I found Tyler again, but he got pushed away in the literal sea of people. Tyler! And then, like that, it was over. We all got out into the hallway away from the chaos. But when we got there, the teachers were out there waiting for us. And they were mad. Oh my god. We got shuffled right back into the cafeteria so they could have a talk with us. They told us how ashamed we should be, because the janitors are gonna have to clean up the mess. And the lunch ladies worked really hard to make the food for us. And we wasted all of it. Wow, it's a good thing I didn't participate, otherwise I'd be feeling pretty bad right about now. All of you will be punished. No more bathroom breaks. If you need to go to the bathroom, you will need to go in between classes. They took the laziest route for punishment and just punished everyone, even though most of the people weren't food fighting. Imagine being the girl that just got hit in the head with the food tray, and then instead of going to the nurse's office, you get in trouble. Where's the justice? Is it here? No. Maybe here? Nope. I think this person had some vice principal level of authority, and I can level with her a little bit and say, yeah, it's frustrating and makes your job harder, even though you don't go clean it. But wow, way to create a whole lot of animosity between the students and the faculty. Oh my god. Life is already hard in junior high. At that age, I was still trying to figure out girls and what kind of clouds there are. Cucumber nimbus. Even though there was a plan for the food fight, most people bailed, some people got hurt, and then we got punished harder than we could have ever expected. Why was this such a failure? Well, it's not like people people didn't accept recruitment when told about the plan. No, wait. Well, it's not like people had classes after lunch and didn't want to spend the rest of the day covered in food. No, wait. Well, it's not like it was lunchtime and they were hungry and they wanted to eat the food instead of throwing it. No, wait. What I've learned from this experience is that food fights are stuck in Hollywood. Unless you go to one of the festivals, which are heavily planned and highly successful. In other news, have you ever wondered what I would look like if I was crushed under a giant fist? Announcing ice cream sandwich U2s. Translating my 2D design into a 3D design was something that I didn't think was gonna work out, but look at how good this turned out. There's a giveaway going on over at icecreamsandwich.u2s.com. If you complete more of the steps in the giveaway, there's a higher chance of you winning the giveaway. U2s only sell for a limited amount of time and then are gone forever, so if you want to pick up one of these dorks, head over to u2s.com right now. Drop date is November 20th, 12 p.m. PST. Thank you for watching this channel. Thank you for supporting this channel. It means a lot to me. So, thank you. And give you a little kiss.
No! Are superpowers with side effects still worth it? This is a question scholars have been wondering for centuries.
What? No, we haven't.
Which is why I decided to look into it. I asked you to choose a superpower. I want flying, but the top reply is the side effect. You're only a flying head.
Sorry. Are we cool?
I said sorry. So, for example, I want telekinesis. Very much. I think I would, if I had telekinesis, abuse that power to the max. Yeah, that's right. Come to Papa. And if I can only move burger. Oh, you think you're funny, don't you? Well, watch this. Yeah, that's right. Come to Papa. You think you've bested this power, but I have produced an idea. Obviously, telekinesis isn't very good if you can only control burgers. Even if you want to control the burgers to then control other objects. But then I'd be producing a lot of burgers. I don't want to keep going to the grocery store to buy more burger meat. Do you guys have like a vat of meat? Yeah, burger packs are in aisle 3. No, like, not like a packet, but like a vat? That would be a huge pain. But then I got the idea. What if I submerged the burger in resin like that one hot dog, and that the burger could last forever? And in addition to that, the resin could be any shape, such as burger in resin shaped like a spoon, or burger in resin in the shape of a hook. We could get really creative. I could be casting multiple shapes with multiple burgers, creating machinations only limited by my imagination. Let's rock and roll, baby! It's time to rock and roll. You thought you were funny? You have failed to limit my powers. And now you will face the consequences. Oh, man. I would say, yes, this power is still worth it with a side effect. Write that one down, scholars. Who are you? Let's see if you have what it takes to ruin this next power. Satisfying. I'm an ASMR channel now. You can bring any character you want to life. Okay. I'm gonna make a character named Griffin who has wings and we're best friends and is magic also and can do kickflips.
Do a kickflip. Awesome.
Very interested to see the side effect that would ruin this. They hate you.
Griffin? Is this true?
Okay, that's fine. We're not friends anymore. I'm gonna make another character who is really cool and excels at baseball and is a demon and is your enemy, so you know how it feels.
You know, they say an enemy of an enemy is my friend. Wise words.
Seriously? I'll admit it. I don't think this power is fun with this consequence. If everyone hates me, then they're all gonna gang up on me. Ow, 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 ow. Like, if there's no consequences with this power, what's stopping me from, like, making a genie character who grants unlimited wishes? But now, if he hated me, I would have a lot of trouble trusting him. Unless character who is irredeemably evil and a threat to this world, who is a burger.
Which then I can, eat it.
Yes, eat me and become the very thing you sought to defeat.
I don't like this power anymore. You guys can hang out. I'm gonna leave. You guys suck. Those guys are a bunch of jerks anyway.
But not as much of a jerk as I'm about to be. This video is sponsored by Opera Browser. Wow, the internet. I wish there was some way for me to easily access it.
If only there was some way to. Oh, would you look at that? With Opera, you can browse with ease. But not only that, it has features. Features such as video pop-out to watch incredible videos while doing your taxes or whatever you're up to. You can drag it over here, over here.
I'm having a hard time focusing, to be honest.
Over here. There's also a music player built right into the browser for listening to the best music for pumping you up. Aw, yeah, that's the beats. You can connect to services like Spotify, Tidal, YouTube Music, and it auto-pauses when you want to watch incredible videos. This is a perfect feature for people who hate clicking more than 2 times. Woo! When I'm browsing, I like to have more tabs open than there are stars in the sky. So Opera's Tab Island and Tab Traces features are fantastic. Tab Islands allows you to group your tabs, so you can have groups for like shopping and studying, and you can collapse them, so now you know exactly where to find everything. And Tab Traces visually shows you which tab you last visited by showing you an underline that fades the older it gets, so retracing your steps is easier. Now where did that tab go? Here it is. Yeah, that's the stuff. Experience all these features by downloading Opera at the link in the description today. Thanks Opera for sponsoring this video. Next power. The ability to heal anything with the mind. This power is dangerous, mostly because you would either be sought after by world governments seeking to obtain your power, or you'd end up being the leader of a cult, but despite the risks, it's an amazing power to have. Anytime you stub your toe, it's fine. If you fall off the roof and then stub your toe in the process, it's fine. Or if you explode, actually I don't think you'd survive that. But if you were far enough away, and then you stub your toe, then that's fine. Life would be way easier. But with the side effect, would it still be worth it? God, come on. Almost got it. Let me try. Give me a second. There we go. You can only ever do it immediately after eating a bowl of grass clippings. You are terrible. Funny, but terrible. First of all, this makes using the power really awkward. Somebody, we need a doctor. Who needs help? This guy's hurt. He needs help. I'm hurt. I need help. Don't worry, guys. I got this. Why are you eating grass?
What
What
are you
doing?
What
I'm
are you
working on it.
doing?
I'm working on it. On top of that, you cannot let it get out that you have this power because it's limited to how much grass you can eat a day, which is not nutritional, by the way. You can't subsist off of grass. You have to eat other things. Trust me. I've been down that road. So if you're trying to keep a low profile, eating the grass kind of makes you suspicious. We have incredible news, Ron. Just as the evil sentient burger that's been on the loose attacked this child, we thought it was all but over for the child. But soon after the burger fled the scene, the child made a miraculous recovery. With us are some bystanders who witnessed the miracle. I don't know how that kid's alive. He was hit full force with a freeze ray. You don't walk away from that unscathed. After Burgermeister Burger Monster escaped, he just stood up like nothing happened. Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know what happened. I vote this power is still very worth it. Despite you have to be on a low profile, it's gross to eat grass, and this really only works during the spring and summer, it's still worth it because it's not nothing, just kind of a bummer. You ruined it a little bit. The ability to completely forget about a show you've watched so you can re-experience it as if it was the first time. I do this already. Where am I? This power sounds cool at first, but this kind of sounds like purgatory a little bit. You'll just watch the show, forget that you watched it, watch it again, forget that you watched it. Months roll by, years roll by, and you're an old man before you know it. Where did the time go? You don't remember it? I remember the first time I saw the season finale for Severance Season 1. Did it feel amazing? Yeah-huh. Do I wish I could watch the show and feel the same way again? Yeah-huh. But if you haven't seen Adam Sandler's 2006 fantasy comedy film Click, I feel as if there is an important and relevant lesson in that movie. I think this power is a curse. So anyway, with that being said, let's see what the side effect is. You immediately lose interest before you watch the show. I do that already with video games. Where am I? Because I consider the power a curse, you kind of made it better, which is the opposite of what we were trying to do here. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to, smoke bomb! It's not working. Smoke bomb! The ability to have your art come out exactly as you imagined it. Yes, I can see it now. The trees, the river, the luscious flowers, masterful composition. You can only draw pictures of Will Smith. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you ruined it. You've ruined a totally perfect superpower. Congratulations. If you need me, I'll be in my room. The ability to mimic anything. Ooh, I like this one. I've always been fond of the idea of, like, shape-shifting. I'm a big fan of Ditto from Pokemon. He's cute. But what I think it's still cool with a side effect. You lose your true self and have no unique form. If I'm understanding this correctly, is that so bad? I don't know, that doesn't sound too bad. Having no unique form kind of makes me have a unique form. Hey, I'm looking for a guy named Andy. Do you know who that is? Oh yeah, it's the guy with no unique form over there. Hello. Sure, I lose my unique form at the end of the day, but I could also fly. And of course, if I can mimic abilities, say hello to the world's best hacker. What are you hacking? Nothing. Someone ordered 1 trillion Dr. Peppers? You know that joke's getting a little old. I like them! The ability to turn invisible when nobody's looking. That's not a superpower. That's just being a guy. That's just a guy. Ooh, I'm invisible. I don't look at me. What? Look away. Okay, now look at me. Wait, okay. But you're being looked at 24/7. You didn't even ruin a superpower. This is a curse. I mean, do you mind?
I have to
Like,
do
I'm
this.
trying to just,
I
like,
can't
be
leave.
by
This is
myself.
my job.
The ability to appear in an ice cream sandwich video. But he hates you. Wow, I really hate this guy. Thanks for watching. I hope everybody learned something. Scholars. Oh, God. Security! Don't forget to subscribe.
Ooh, I love public transit. It's so easy. Here comes a bus right now. Hello. Hey, where are we going? We're going to space. How's that even possible? I'm not entirely sure. When are we gonna get there? We're here right now. There's no doubt in my mind that public transit's great. It's cheap, it's accessible, it takes cars off of the road, which reduces traffic. A lot of good things about it. I used to take public transit all of the time when I was in community college. It made a lot of sense. I didn't have a car back then, so I would just go on the bus, go to school, spend all day there, and then go back home on the bus. Super easy. They even had a little shop at the school where you could go and buy bus passes for different lengths of time. I like that. I don't take the bus as much anymore, but I'm still left with good memories from when I used public transit. Most of the time, the rides were very normal. Nothing special would happen. But every once in a while, you would get, that commuter. You know the one where they wear their headphones around their necks and pump up the volume instead of wearing them on their head because they're headphones? And turn down the volume? Yeah, that one. If you've ever ridden a bus before, you know who I'm talking about. Honestly, I don't get why people do this. Is it like a power move? Do they want people to think they're cool? Do they just not know how to use headphones? I don't know. I didn't run into these people all of the time, but there was one particular instance where I did, and it was very uncomfortable. And I didn't have my headphones that day, so I couldn't drown out their music with my own. I just had to kind of deal with it. I'm pretty recluse, very shy, so I just kind of dealt with it. Really not the end of the world, but I noticed there was another lady who couldn't really deal with it as well. She kept shooting glances over at the guy, like her eyes were gonna make him stop. Like, stop it. Stop it, eyes. Those don't exist. It didn't work. Eventually, she mustered up enough courage to get him to stop by telling him to stop. But at that point, she had built up so much frustration that it came out really stern and very aggressive. Like, would you turn that down, please? He actually did turn it down, but he must have been embarrassed about it or something, because after she had told him to turn it down, he immediately turned to me and started smack-talking her to me. No, don't do that. I get that you're embarrassed, or at least you're frustrated with the woman for so aggressively telling you to do something so simple, but don't pull me into it like we're homies, like we're buddies. Remember, I'm shy. I don't confront my problems. I just deal with it. Experiencing some concerning emotions? Bottle it up. That's not gonna be a problem later. Put that on the shelf. Problem solved. I was nearing my bus stop at this time, so I didn't want to start anything up, so I just kind of agreed with him, like, Maybe if he just vented a little bit, he would stop at some point. You would think, but no, he kept going. I think that was really rude of her to say that to me like that. Please stop. I just think that she said she wasn't cool about it. Please stop. Stop it. Like, if there was me saying it to her, I would say it to her as well, but just nicer. Stop. Stop it. I think that was just really not a cool move for her to do that to me. Eventually, my stop came, and I just left. I just got up and went, never to speak of that awkward situation again, until I'd said it in this video. But that doesn't count. Buses aren't the only form of public transportation. I've experienced trains too. I went to France a couple years ago for a study abroad trip. That was a pretty cool experience. Wherever we needed to go in Paris, we would just take the metro and boom, you're there. You want to go to lunch? Metro. You want to go to the bar? Metro. You want to go to class? No. I'm sleeping. Please go away. At one point, my friends and I were heading down into the metro because we wanted to go back to our dorms. We heard through the tunnels that the train had actually already arrived at the platform. So we started booking it. We turn the corner and we see the train doors are still open. So we just gun it, like really go at it. Just by the skin of our teeth, we slide in and the doors close. We had been so focused on getting into the train that we didn't realize somebody had yelled something at us. And I didn't realize what that was until I looked around at the train car and it was completely empty. Nobody in sight. Oh, you guys, I think this train is done for today. Now looking back at the situation, I think it's pretty funny, but during that moment, I was very panicked. My friends found it very funny, but I didn't. I was on a whole nother level, encased in a mobile cart of fear and anguish. I don't know how trains work. I don't know where I am. I don't know French. What do you expect me to come to a country and know the language? The situation ended up being completely fine. I called my professor that was on the trip with us just to see what we should do. And at that point, a conductor came by to see if anybody was still on the train, which there was. Bonjour, je suis un enfant. Je m'appelle omelette du fromage. I'd given the phone to him. They discussed it out. She explained the situation. He was actually super nice about the whole thing. He started the train back up and just brought it to the platform we needed to go to. That was super nice of him. Just speaking of public transportation, France, they've got it down. If you wanted to go to another city, you could take a train. Anywhere in Paris, it was the metro. We talked about that before. Pay attention, come on. And it's just so easy. Back in the States a couple months ago, I was tired of driving in traffic for 20 minutes every day from home to work. So I looked up if there was a bus route I could take and do stuff on the bus while I was going to work instead. And there was. It was only just 2+ hours. I don't get how that works. Like, I get that the bus isn't a straight shot from point A to point B like it would be if you were driving a car, but over 2 hours longer? Come on, what's going on, United States? Here, if you need a little help, I got a solution for you, okay? You need something cheap, affordable, accessible to everybody, efficient, effective, trebuchet. No, wait, hear me out, all right? Operating, super easy, check it out. Step 1, aim the trebuchet at your destination. Step 2, step into trebuchet. Step 3, launch trebuchet. Is this safe? Maybe. So that's all I have on public transportation. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do so. You can check out more stuff on my channel at this link. By the way, I got a couple of asks in my ask bin on Tumblr about fan art and if it's okay to make it. To which I respond, of course it's okay to make it. You don't need to ask my permission to make fan art. Oh, jeez. My phone fell down and I have fixed it. You don't need my permission to do anything. You can do whatever you want. Be an astronaut. No, but really, if you want to send me something, you can tweet it at me or send it to me on email. It doesn't even need to be fan art. You can just send me regular art. I'd love to see it. I've already gotten 2 and I love them both. Oh, and finally, Super Slimy Slime 48 asked if I could make a GIF out of the EDM guy in the pizza video. So I made 2. The links for those are in the description. That should be everything. All right, thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.
Okay, from what I can tell, it seems as if you have been abused emotionally by customers. Like, kind of like this, but emotionally. How does this make you feel? Bad and rude customers are everywhere. So much so that when I asked you about your rude customer experiences, thousands of you replied with your own stories. That's a lot of stories. Why did it take you a year to make this video? Let's begin. From Emberly, I remember one time I had a lady walk into this ice cream shop I worked at. She brought her 2 kids with her. We're used to seeing kids all the time. But what was odd was that she ordered a 2-scoop cone, but when her kids asked for something too, she got all mad and said, "Neither of you scored a goal in your game today." So she refused to get them ice cream. I felt so bad having to ring up her order while watching her kids cry and beg. Even though she was polite to me, it's the saddest customer experience I've ever had. This woman is an actual cartoon villain. You sign your kids up for sports, and then when they don't perform like a professional grade athlete, you taunt them with ice cream? Who does that? Clearly, in this situation, there's only one solution. Yeah, it doesn't feel very good, does it? If we were to open up the dictionary to see the definition of evil, there's actually just this mom in there. This dictionary is crazy. I know the person telling this story is simply an employee with no corporate power, but if I was the manager of that store, I would have something to say. Actually, moms who punish their kids by going to ice cream stores and getting ice cream for themselves but not their kids, but they bring their kids anyway so they can make them feel bad, they have to get their ice cream with spiders. It's just company policy.
I don't want. Sorry, it's company policy. There's nothing I can do. Have a nice day. Enjoy your spiders. For that, Mom, I have a book recommendation. It's called How to Be a Good Parent. And I think it has some profound insight. Some pretty good insight. Anyway, that mom sucks. I'm sorry you had to witness that. And I'm also sorry you have to witness this. Witness what? Why are you looking at me like that?
What's happening? What's going on?
This video is sponsored by Incogni! No, spare me! Let me introduce to you a data broker. They follow you and collect your information and then turn around and sell it.
Your address is 5492.
Hey! This is all for the purpose of profiting off of your data so ads can be served to you. Hey, you should buy some corn dogs! Hey, you should get stuffed! How did they know? Well, this is where Incogni comes in. There is a way to get data brokers to stop tracking you. But it is super convoluted and takes a lot of time and energy. You have to find the brokers that are taking your data, send removal requests, and then follow up with them to see if they're complying and take action if they aren't, which is a whole nother thing. And then there might be new brokers that take their place. So you have to do it all over again. Well, Incogni takes care of all of that. Incogni data professionals will find, request, and track all of that on your behalf so that you can finally get some well-deserved rest that you need. I know I need some rest. I'm so tired. Click the link in the description to try Incogni today at www.incogni.com/ice cream sandwich. That's www.incogni.com/ice cream sandwich. Thanks Incogni for sponsoring this video. Herbal Assailant says, we had a UPS drop off in our store, so it wasn't uncommon for customers to need help bringing in heavy boxes. But one day, a customer creeped up to the door and pointed out one of my coworkers and motioned them to come outside. That's deeply concerning. To me. A few minutes later, my coworker comes back in with a heavy box over his shoulder. Also, this box is like a cobbled together mess of different boxes and duct tape, and walks with the customer to the UPS desk. A few minutes pass and they both come back to the front of the store with the box and bring it back to the customer's car. Once my coworker's back inside, I ask him what that was all about, and he says he can't ship his package for him. It was a deer, an entire dead deer, in an unrefrigerated box. Welcome to UPS Shipping 101. I am Professor. First lesson, what are you allowed to ship? Does the explosive go in the allowed or not allowed category? Not allowed category. Correct. Yes. Good job. Does the mysterious unlabeled pathogen go in the allowed or not allowed category? Not allowed. That is correct. Does the dead unrefrigerated deer go into the allowed or not allowed category? Allowed. Nope. Wrong. Bad. Surprisingly, there are reasons for people to ship deer. Taxidermy, meat processing, scientific stuff, but you do need to put it on ice and not in a warm box for several days. And for what I thought were obvious reasons, it just needs to be refrigerated.
Hey, I got you some ice cream.
Where is it?
It's in the cabinet. It's your favorite flavor.
Maybe it's a little presumptuous of me, but it feels obvious that you can't ship hazardous materials. Like if something is a hazard to someone's health, you wouldn't be allowed to ship it. Hi, I'm here to ship a package. Okay, and what are you shipping? It's uranium-235. It's what? Uranium-235. Uranium-235? Yeah. Cal Johnson says, once had a customer tell me with absolute confidence that I wasn't allowed to buy things from the store that I worked at. You're not allowed to buy these items here. You're an employee and that's unfair to the customers. I deserve priority.
I think deserve is doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
Sorry, buddy. Sometimes other people exist and want to buy things. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Buddy, if there's one thing that makes me mad, it's people that make up rules to benefit themselves and they don't even have the authority to make the rules. Like that one lady who told people that they can't be on the beach near her house. It's not even your property. What, do you also get mad when people drive near your house? Other people exist. And if you want to know other things that make me mad, I made a video on it. So that's, you can put that in your back pocket for when you're looking for something to do. Oh, a wallet. Hey. Anyway, that guy sucks and he doesn't deserve things just because he wants it. Sorry, I had to go through that. Pat. Ravage Fallout says, I worked at an amusement park for many, many years as a supervisor. The one that I remember most is being yelled at because her child that was very clearly not tall enough for the ride and was fine with it was not allowed on. She was full force screaming and yelling too. This woman's mother even apologized to me. It baffles me that even today, some people don't understand that safety measures are implemented for your safety. I get it. It's a crazy concept. If the supervisor was like, yeah, I don't care about safety measures, go on through, then your kid might not make it to the end. That's just crazy. Imagine you could get all the things you wanted in life from screaming. What kind of world would that be? One large popcorn, please. Okay, then your total comes to $20.50. All right. I imagine screaming as a currency, it would be an interesting economy. Auction houses would be a lot different, I think. I think the moral of the story is, something. Thanks for watching. If you're looking for other things to watch, I have bad customers that I myself have encountered, and this other video that I mentioned earlier. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go get myself a chocolate bar. Hello, sir. How may I sure do love flying around the cosmos with you, sister. So fun. We're not doing anything to bother anybody, and we're... Oh, what's that? What's this dork up to? Hey, why don't you pick on someone your own size? Get cubed, idiot.
What's that supposed to mean?
Then I woke up here on Teyvat, fished you out of the water one day, don't have my powers anymore, have no idea where my sister is, and then I've been stuck here ever since.
Any questions?
Yes, Paimon? I can help you find your sister. Oh? Yeah, there's a town over there. It's called Mondstadt. It's probably somebody that knows something over there. Let's go. Okay. This is how I begin my adventure in the wonderful grand game of Genshin Impact. Sponsored.
Any questions?
Yes, you there. Why? How do they sponsor you? Great question. It kind of went down like this.
We request a trade. You be funny and play video game. We give you cartoon sack of money. Does this suffice?
I don't wanna.
2 cartoon sacks.
All right, now we're talking. And now we're here. None of that sounded real. So anyway, back to the story. Paimon and I make our way to Mondstadt. Hopefully somebody there can help us find my sister. Paimon points out some kind of magical statue that gives me magical powers. And it tells me that wasn't normal. The gods must like me because I'm so awesome and cool. Let's just keep going to Mondstadt. Oh, okay. On our way, we come across a giant dragon and some boy talking to it.
Nice, Ron.
I sneezed. Oh, I'm not allowed to sneeze.
After accidentally scaring off the dragon and the boy with the magic powers that were forced upon me, by the way, not my fault, we found a red-looking tear. This looks pretty dangerous. Probably shouldn't touch it. Spit that out. Why would that be your first instinct? It looks strawberry flavored! I just said it was dangerous. I don't know, I'm new here! A little further ahead, just as we're about to get to Mondstadt, we run into Amber. Parkour! I scratch her back by helping her fight some monsters. She scratches my back by bringing me into town and giving me a glider. Things are going pretty good. We're making a lot of progress. But moments later, the city's attacked by the dragon we pissed off from earlier. Do you think this is my fault? From the thing that happened earlier? Shut up! Paimon, help me! Suddenly, I'm whisked away by a tornado that the dragon summoned, flinging me high into the sky. Foolishly, though, the dragon has no idea that I recently was granted magic powers that I'm kind of allergic to. Witness me. After my heroic deeds that saved everybody in town, everybody now thinks I'm awesome and cool! Later, when we're in town, we see that green guy again. We meet up with him and learn that his name is Venti, and we got a lot of questions for him. Turns out, that dragon's name is Dvalin, and he used to not be a violent dragon, but only became one from corruption by an Abyss Mage, who's part of the Abyss Order, who's a group of non-humans who hate humans. So now Dvalin is tortured by this magic poison blood, and I've been trying to get him back to sanity, but I just can't seem to reach him. Poison blood like this poison blood? Wait, it's a different color. Seems like maybe you magically purified it by magic accident. Blueberry. Can you guys purify this one? We can do it! Can you help me save Dvalin? We can do it! Let's commit a robbery!
What?
We can
Wait,
do
what?
it! There's a lyre of old in this town. Dvalin is very familiar with its music. If we get our hands on it, then maybe we can calm him down and bring him back to sanity. That's a good idea. Let's do it! Hey! Don't steal the thing that we wanted to steal!
Hey, intruders!
We're busted! Run! The jerks who stole our lyre before us was largely a non-issue, because we were able to find their hideout and beat them up and get it back. No problem. Witness me. So, with the lyre back, we could possibly cure Dvalin. Time has faded the magic in the legendary lyre, but all we had to do was restore it with the tears that I could purify. Easy! Hand me that tear that you purified earlier. Thank you. Now, with nothing in our way, we lured out Dvalin, only to find an abyss mage whispering evil lies to him, enraging him, and then him leaving again. Let the record show I did not sneeze this time, and none of this was my fault. Okay, new plan. We forcefully purified Dvalin of gross magic by beating him to a pulp. Yeah, I can do that. Hey, Dvalin, how you doing? How'd you guys get here so fast? Oh wow, I feel a lot better. Sorry about earlier. Don't worry about it. We saved the dragon, we saved the town, and after all this, I feel very accomplished. The only bummer about all of this is that when I went to Venti and asked him about my sister, he said he didn't know. Oh. The next stop in your journey should be Leeway. The Geo Archon Rex Lapis comes once per year to make divine predictions, which guide the city on how to run Leeway for the coming year. Perfect. A chance to ask a powerful deity where my sister is. Let's get moving. Leeway is the largest trading port in all the 7 nations. Merchants gather from all over Teyvat, making it a port city with booming business. This is also where the world currency Mora is minted. I wonder if Adi would want to do another robbery with me. Once we arrive at the ceremony, we see Miss Ningguang of the Leeway Qisheng, a powerful financial leadership group that takes part in running a lot of the city. Looks like Miss Ningguang is in charge of leading the ceremony this year. Oh look, that guy's making a wish. I wish to get some leads from the Geo Archon about my missing sister, and for my sister to be found soon. And $1 billion. Ooh, here he comes, here he comes. Oh my god! Paimon, we are way too close to the scene of the crime. And we're outsiders, we're gonna be considered suspects. Don't panic, what we need to do is sneakily escape from the scene of the crime without being caught so we don't look suspicious. Hey, over there! I'm not guilty, I can prove it! And just when I thought that I was about to go to jail, this guy named Child, yeah, that's his real name, comes to our rescue and gets us away from the scene of the crime. But when we talk to him, we find that he's part of the Fatui. Hey, you're part of the group that stole the liar from earlier. I know my reputation, but I'm not a bad guy. Okay, maybe I am a bad guy, but you can trust me. Okay. Here, take this sigil. The Adepti, the magical creatures who have also taken part in running the city, have the authority of clearing your name of any wrongdoing. And this sigil will give you permission to talk to them. Well, I don't see any other way out of this, so let's go. After we filled in all the Adepti that God died, we are now off the hook from being criminals. But now there's this looming power vacuum in Leeway that leaves the city unstable. We talked to Child again, who's like, hey, isn't it weird that the Leeway Qisheng hid the body of Rex Lapis after his death? Hey, that is weird. And they were the ones to do the ceremony, which means they were closest to the scene of the crime. And if you're close to the crime, you can do the crime. I would know. I stole a lyre once. Conveniently, we later get an invitation to meet Ningguang at the J Chamber, a grand floating house where she lives and does a lot of her work. Floating house, schmoating house. I'm not jealous. Floating stuff is stupid anyway. What did you Anyway, this is a perfect opportunity to use my masterful detective skills to figure out where the body is hidden. Miss Ningguang, tell me where the body of Rex Lapis is hidden. It is in the Golden House. Tell me or... Oh. Wow, I'm an amazing detective. We learned by talking to Miss Ningguang that the hiding of Rex Lapis's body was to stabilize the situation. Also, the Vitui are not to be trusted. Ever since Rex Lapis died, they've only wanted to gain power and sink their fingers further into Leeway. Oh. So Child was really just using me to get more information on where Rex Lapis's body was for evil Vitui reasons. I guess that the guy who said, maybe I am a bad guy, really was a bad guy. Not even the world's greatest detective could have seen that coming. So to confront Child, we go to the Golden House, where we find him being evil, and so we fight him. You can never dream of defeating me. Oh. Well, I guess I have to pull out the big guns. Fine, we go to plan C. What have you done? I could be a detective about it, but I'm wondering. I've summoned Osile, the overlord of the Vortex. Let's see you handle this. We bravely scurry back to Miss Ningguang to figure out what to do. She decides to use her floating house to defeat Osile. An entire... Wow, really? Okay. And the entire Jade House drops on top of Osile. The day is saved and everything is fine! Mostly! Sorry that Child got away. Also sorry your house blew up. Also sorry your god is dead. Do you know where my sister is? No. Dang it! Before I say my final thoughts, thank you Genshin Impact for sponsoring this video. It's been a while since I've been able to play a game that isn't laced with guilt, since this was technically work. And genuinely, look at me, genuinely the game is good. It's got good animation, it's got good story, it's got good game design. There is a reason it's such a huge game. I actually enjoyed myself. If you're interested in playing the open world action RPG Genshin Impact, then you'll be happy to learn the game is free. There's over 100 characters that you can play with, each of which wield and fight with unique elemental powers. By the way, why this entire video, 100% spoiler free. There's tons more story and lore, and what you just watched was only a taste of Genshin. Blueberry. Plus, there is a new update coming out on September 10th featuring the new region Nod Cry. There's gonna be more characters such as Lauma from the Frost Moon Scions, Flins from the Light Keepers, and Aino from the Clink Clank Krumkaki Craft Shop.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
This update also greatly expands on the game's main story and lore, where you'll find several factions gathering at Nod Cry for some unknown reason. Even the Fatui. And if I find Child there, I'm gonna beat his ass! There's also gonna be new events along with special rewards for the 5th year anniversary. Download Genshin with the link in the description and use the redemption code for 60 bonus Primo Gems. Thanks again for watching, and if you don't mind, it's time for me to jump back into the game. See ya, gamer.